leave nothing untouched. We are Spoon 107.5 FM. New, urban, ethical, authentic, sports, entertainment, something for the old, something for the new, something for everybody in between. We leave nothing untouched. We are Spoon 107.5 FM.
Okay, folks. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you all across Liberia. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening to all those of you following us from around the world. I'd love to welcome you to the first edition of the brand new week, the brand new working week as well. The first edition of today's show, here on Spoon 107.5 FM. My name is Diamond Slanger, and I'm here with Emmanuel David. Good morning to you, Emmanuel. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Yes, good morning, Diamond, and good morning to our audience. It's a blessing to be here this morning, especially on the first working day in the week.
Yeah.
And today we have a bedraggled weather. It's a very wet weather.
What's the word again?
Bedraggled.
Yeah.
A bedraggled weather.
Yeah, telling you.
Yes.
Okay. By their words, we shall know them.
By their fruits.
This time around, by their words, we shall know them. Yeah. So thank you for cracking my ribs this morning. Bedraggled weather. Yeah. So talking about a bedraggled weather, let's just go straight into the weather forecast quickly. Since Emmanuel has mentioned the weather, and I will proceed with the show. A lot of things happening in the country, but we've picked a few to share and highlight with you on the show this morning, and you as well will be weighing in. So the weather for today says thundery showers and a gentle breeze with temperatures ranging from 28 degrees Celsius, that is the highest, to 23 degrees Celsius, that is the lowest, according to BBC weather, from 8 a.m. this morning up to 8 p.m. tonight. We should expect thundery showers, but during the course of the day with clear skies. So from 8 a.m. this morning up to 6 p.m. this evening, we should expect thundery showers across the country, but with clear skies as well. So we shouldn't expect it to be cloudy or dark or gloomy, but rather the skies will be clear, but we should expect thundery showers. So get your rain gears. From 8 p.m. tonight up until 9 p.m. we should expect thundery showers. Then the rain subsides at 10 p.m. tonight to the early hours of tomorrow morning as well. So there you have it for the weather forecast from BBC Weather. So remember to get your rain gears with you once you're going out. Humidity is at 94%. Visibility is moderate. So though we have clear skies, but visibility is moderate. So you have to be careful how you're using our major roads and even our feeder roads as well, community roads, whatever it is. You don't have to speed and say, okay, because I'm on the main express road, so I'll speed when I'm in the community, then I take my time. Some people do speed in the community as well. Sure. That is not what we should be doing. All right, so there you have it for the weather forecast. All right, just to tease you a bit, we want to bring you these few teasers this morning. We'll tell you what was all about.
As I speak today, I'm drawing up indictment for senior government officials to be prosecuted under this administration.
Okay, so that's the voice of the embattled, if you want to say ousted, because the president has appointed someone else to take his position. But he's saying he's going to fight. But at this moment in time, according to Councillor Edward Clark-Martin, he's still working, and he is working. He's drawing up indictments, for senior government officials. Whether all that in a vla, all that in a scare, whether it's the kicking of a dying horse or whatever it is, we will be following this story as well, to see how it will come to a conclusion. So that's from Councillor Martin. So this one as well. Listen to this teaser here, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. Why is it so low?
Unless you are not committed fornication and adultery.
Listen to this teaser.
The only way you will succeed unless you are not committed fornication and adultery.
Okay. He says who?
The Reverend.
So that's a teaser. So they want to call it virgin ticket. Yeah, virgin ticket. Unless you are not a virgin, we'll tell you where this is going. According to PYJ, unless you are not a virgin, just forget it. Unless you are not a virgin,
you can also see.
Yeah, just forget it. So if you, I don't even want to talk about it further. We'll talk about it later on during the show.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Unless you are not a virgin, if you are a virgin,
then
you can make it. But if you are not a virgin, just forget it.
Absolutely, there is no virgin.
So if there is no virgin, then just forget it.
Just forget it.
Just forget that thing. According to PYJ, we'll tell you what he's talking about and when did he make that statement as well. So thank you to those who just saw the little error there. Sometimes these things happen. We're working to have that rectified. People have got ego eyes. You should be mindful. We're humans, though. We do make errors.
Certainly.
The day was not the correct day.
Yeah, today's the 12th.
Yeah, we've corrected that. All right. So let's move on the show. So there is now reprise, there's now reprieve, I should say. Reprieve is the word I wanted to use because the men use bedraggled, so I will use reprieve. Yeah. So the people of Grand Bassa County have been reprieved, there is now a solution to the St. John River damage, the breach damage. So we'll go to Grand Bassa County, and our correspondent there is going to tell us exactly what solution, what intervention has been done, what intervention has been made to remedy the St. John River Bridge situation. We are aware that last week, Saturday, the bearing of the bridge, one of the bearings bursted, and that caused, the bridge to have been used at a minimum capacity, and in most cases, was closed. Rice price in Grand Bassa County soared as high as 4,000. A gallon of gas was being sold. The lowest was 1,200 Liberian dollars. Can you imagine that? Grand Bassa, River Cells, and Sino counties were cut off from Montserrado and other parts of Liberia because the St. John River Bridge is the only the final major crossing point, into Grand Bassa County. You're talking about bridges thereabout. But the solution has been reached, and we'll tell you all about that once we connect with our Grand Bassa County correspondent. So if you have any plans of going to Bezon,
yes,
you can make it now.
You can make it now.
Go. For we told you that Kino and Tina you're coming to use. You see that's the beauty of public pressure.
Certainly.
And having our leaders to account and for them to be proactive and for them to be, on top of their game. But we'll tell you all about that as well. That's the good news to share with you as well. So here we get Broom 1, Emmanuel.
Yes, but I don't know as to whether we have Broom 2.
No. The question is, here we get Broom 1.
We have Broom 1.
Why you want to bring the man out to say we get Broom 2? Running me Beneha. Running me Beneha.
I won't say Gongolo.
Yeah. So we got Broom 1, right? Who's Broom 1?
I won't say Gongolo. Councillor.
Who is Fixer 1?
Fixer 1 is Edison Cummings.
Who is Development 1?
Development 1 is now why you gave me
Just answer the question.
Development 1 is His Excellency.
Who's the Excellency?
Dr. George Manning Weir.
Okay. I will get Rescue 1.
Yes, Rescue 1 is former Vice President Joseph Nyima Boaka.
Who is Chosen 1?
Tama Begi.
He said in the same seat that Chosen 1 sat in. Who is Chosen 1?
That was
chosen one is Madam Bendu Kroma. And guess what? We get cleaner one.
Cleaner one.
Cleaner one. Cleaner one. We'll tell you who cleaner one is. We'll tell you exactly who cleaner one is. Now everybody taking, names. Everybody getting some name. We get fixer one.
Yes,
Fixer
yeah.
two.
That is the beauty of this election. In previous election, we didn't have those names.
Yeah.
Like fixer one, blah blah blah.
Oh, we have Country Giant.
Country Giant. Yes.
We have Country Giant.
Yeah. It was. But then he was opposition.
Yeah, but his name was Country Giant. Country Giant. Country Giant.
So I think folks start to copy from the Country Giant 2017 and start to give themselves names.
People copying CDC now. The same way,
but people ain't copy. People learn from each other.
Copy CDC song and they monge and they baboon. You don't hear what the team leave it. Yeah. So citizens are actually appalled. They're angry that why would people copy their song? Now you're saying they copy the Country Giant name, Barrow Medicine came after he won the election.
Yes, after he won the election, it was Barrow Medicine. Country Giant doing the election.
The CDC campaign song, 2017. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit the fact or not, for us here, we admit the fact. The fact is the fact. The CDC campaign song 2017 was the song. The song. Yeah, that song can stay vibe.
Yes. Maybe they're going to refix on lines and then come up with something similar to that. It could be a very good one.
Yeah. So we had Monkey and Baboon in 2011. Yeah, we had Monkey and Baboon, but we won't go to that side. But now we get Fixer.
I think that song was copied from Senegal Diabo song Ugly Baboon with Small Ya.
Okay.
You know that song?
Yeah.
Way back. You Ugly Baboon with Small Ya.
So la brother when kind of election song by song can waste.
Yeah, so
song can waste. And I've seen until yesterday the one I saw now I said no. One guy tattooed George Weah, His Excellency, he tattooed the man everything on his arm. And even went as far as putting 6 + 6 = 12.
Wow.
Yeah. The man went and showcase his loyalty towards the president. He might be getting a call to go and have breakfast with the president anytime soon. But that's just by the way.
And I think we should give such an individual a staunch supporter because his loyalty has been tested though. Because by actually placing the president, which means
now the president fails. The man put whole inscription and everything
then,
for his professing his love for the president, brotherly love.
Then that is in his DNA.
Yeah. Then the man put 6 + 6 = 12.
The simple mathematics.
Simple math. ABC, K2, K1 math. Yeah. But that strange thing, people can tattoo their partner's names on them and then they go put flower over it or they put something over it to call it. But there's laser surgery and procedure that you can do, not surgery, but a procedure that you can do to erase the tattoo though. But we got chosen one. We got broom one. We got fixer one. We got development one. We got rescue one. Yeah. Then the tools there. Only broom and fix and get broom and chosen and get two. But as we said, we get cleaner one. Cleaner one. Let me talk it so everybody can understand it.
Cleaner one.
Now we get cleaner one. And cleaner one says he's going to clean Monrovia and other cities in Liberia. Since the government can do it. Everybody talking about, we bring this, we bring that, we bring this. No one has talked about a lot of things, but now you look at it for long and say, okay, I will clean the whole country for you too. Interesting. All right, so folks, there you have it. Just to tease you a bit this morning on the show. We have a lot to share with you as well. This is the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. We're also live on Super 95.5 FM. Remember, you can play the radio game, Spoon FM. Daily Mega Cash Splash. All you need to do is to dial *799# or go to number 3 once the prompt is up, and then you select Spoon at option number 3. You play with your $100 Liberian dollars if you're using your LD wallet, or you play with 0.70 cents, that's 70 cents United States dollars, to stand the chance of winning 2,500 Liberian dollars every time we draw. Last Friday, we drew 3 winners. We gave out a total number of 7,500 Liberian dollars. All right, so we have the day up segment. That's what we on exactly. We'll also bring you trending issues. We'll tell you what's happening, a review of the local dailies quickly. We'll cut across Liberia to speak to our county correspondents. We'll take your calls after all of that, the first batch of calls, and we'll go to our second talking point on the show. So today at 9 a.m., we'll be discussing battleground counties. That is what we'll be discussing, battleground counties. We'll be bringing you full analysis of the battleground counties, and you call in to weigh in with your opinions as well. Whether you're watching from Liberia or from any part of the world, we'll put up the WhatsApp number you can call. The local lines will also be activated. All right, so Emmanuel will also feature on the show, doing our traffic tip base, will feature the Chief of Public Safety of the Liberia National Police, Chief John Sa. He's going to be joining us. He's got an interesting topic to discuss with us this morning, as he's been doing since last week on this show. Anybody you know celebrating their birthday quickly, Emmanuel, so we can move on the show? I heard you have a lot of friends.
I have couples of friends who have celebrated their birthday, and for me, I'm anticipating mine. So first and foremost, you know, there is a principle in philosophy, you know. No, let me leave it. That one, you ready? Yeah. So, I'll have to send my birthday request to myself.
Okay.
A pre-birthday greetings going to Emmanuel Colin David.
And that is 17.
An eminent son of Sanitation County.
Hey, Lord. Anyway,
eminent son of Sanitation County. My birthday comes on the 17th. And a friend of mine, Nikki Ramford Kofa, celebrated on the 8th of this month. And a brother from my church, Rudolph Vanning, celebrated on yesterday. And these are people who I know celebrate or are celebrating in this month. So that's it. And all of you who are anticipating your birthday, for those of you celebrating on today, would like to say happy birthday. And if you are looking forward to your birthday, would like to say happy pre-birthday going up to you. And we'll pray that God gives you all of the many blessings that you so desired.
Okay. Thank you very Emmanuel. So Emmanuel has done that, so we have to move away from that. Let's say good morning to some of the folks watching us this morning. Good morning to Emmanuel Abu Johnson. Good morning to Solomon Tibla, our very own Bapolu County correspondent. Good morning to Isaac Agba, watching us this morning from Morris's Farm, Painesville. Good morning to Harry Talu. Harry Talu, how are you doing? Your brother Aaron Talu. Good morning to Sanga Sharif. Good morning to JS Romeo K. Nabiu. Okay, watching us this morning. Okay, you made the correction that we needed to. You pointed that out. Thank you. We've done that. Good morning to you. Good morning to Edwin Zer Johnson. Good morning to Inish Fambule. Good morning to Obidiah Kawi. Obidiah Kawi is watching us this morning from FDA Bima Farm. Good morning to Eric Favor Roberts, watching us this morning. Also, he pointed out the captioning. We've done that. Thank you, guys. Good morning to Favor Morris Balakane. Good morning to Ratilio Tower, watching us this morning from his comfort zone. Joseph Faya Leby also pointed out the error that has been sorted out. Good morning to Robert Gono, watching us on West Point. Good morning to Kesali Moluba. Kesali Moluba is watching us from ERWA Zone Town Community. Good morning to Dan Festus Zion. How are you doing, sir? Thank you. Good morning to Henricio Godfavor Flomosin, our very own religious follower there from Montova in Italy. Good morning to Nathan Bernard, watching us from Perth, Western Australia. How you doing, mate? Good morning to Solomon Table. I also pointed out the fact that in Bapolu County, a bag of 25 kg rice is being sold at 4,500 in Kongba District, Bapolu County. Whoa. Yeah, be swallowing fufu. Good morning to Max Wonder. How are you doing? Watching us from Joburg, South Africa. Good morning to Prince T. Pakala, watching us from Gartnersville. Good morning to J. Stanley Yuma. All right, he said there was Monkey and Baboon. Good morning to Jude Appeton. Said Spoiler 1 and Spoiler 2. Yeah, we'll see 1 and 2. Plenty in
Spoiler 1 and Spoiler 2.
Good morning to Samuel Yuma. Watching us from Broville City. Good morning to UD Destiny Blede Jr. watching us as well. He's watching us from Zweju City, Zo Bush community. Now community bar.
So bush.
Yeah,
You don't want to play around it. You don't want to play around
you can
there.
leave your good everything there. Nobody can try. No matter. I wasn't being. Good morning to Abraham Fruit Saki. Watching us as well from Bon County. Your kinsman.
Yeah.
Good
I'm
morning
from
to
Sanoye.
Ishmael Mohammed Sonny. Here you go. Good morning to
Don't
Barry
worry.
Kekula. Watching
You
us from
must call your
Kakata,
attorney,
Bagidi
yeah.
County. You
Call
want
your
my town?
attorney.
I'm from Tuzon,
Tuzon.
Grand Chida County.
Wow.
Yes, that's where I'm from. Tuzon. Yeah, Grand Chida County. Good morning to Patrick B. Bokari. How are you doing? You thought I never knew my hometown?
Part of you.
No problem. Good morning to Daniel Hill. How are you doing? You're welcome. Good morning to Bangano Enders. If I got that, Bangano Enders. Pre-birthday to you. Pre-birthday to my dear from Sonai. Okay, they're doing Bone Solidarity on the show this morning. So good morning to everybody watching. We'll keep sending your comments. We'll definitely highlight them and say good morning to you as well. So tell a friend to tell another friend so that we all listen to the show this morning. All right, so there you have it, Emmanuel. Let's move quickly now to the flash schedule plus other items we have lined up for our listeners and viewers this morning on the show. We had to do a motivational audio or to give a parable. And this parable has been invented by us. You've heard this before.
Yeah.
Don't share your nudes. Our motivational quote this morning on the show. Don't share your nudes. Don't engage in recording pornographic materials of yourself. Whether you're doing it for private use or whether you want to watch it over and see your performance or whatever it is, my people, don't share your nudes. Don't engage in pornographic, the creation of pornographic content. It can be sweet when it started. It can end in tears. It looking just like tupi. It can start with smiling. It can end with crying.
Certainly.
Now we're seeing the case of the two ladies on social media crying, calling that they want to commit suicide and they're feeling depressed and all of those things. Yeah, they thought it was all fun at the beginning. It was all fun. I'm not going to base my conversation this morning on their sexuality. That is their choice. I know we're in an African environment. We respect the sanctity of sexuality and all of that. But again, that is their choice. Let them be. But the issue of sharing nudes, bring the camera down, let me see a small, send it to me now, let me see Martina. My people, remember, those are digital files. People can say, I did that thing. Some people can screenshot those things and screen record those things because they're looking to get dirt on you. They're looking to get dirt on you. It can start with smiling. Like my own parable, Peter, like my own saying. Don't share your nudes. Don't engage in those things. Because when the time comes, it might just come to bite you in the hindsight. And those things don't go away.
Never.
They don't go away.
Never.
They don't go away. The psychological scar also does not go away. People might forget for a while. But the moment you try to aspire to become something, then they remind you.
They resurface.
Those things will resurface. People can be petty. People can be dirty. People can go after you. So my people, the same wave might sound interesting. The recharge voucher and stuff might sound interesting. It might look fun when you're doing it. But it can just come back to bite you. To those ladies, it's a lesson learned the hardest way ever. The hardest way. Yeah, there will come a time all this tension will subside. But do you want to be referred to when somebody want to, describe you to somebody? And they, for a lack of better descriptions, hey, remember that get?
That get like in our puno.
Yeah, that getting all doing that. Yeah, the other get. Yeah, that's how they'll describe you. So there you have it. Emmanuel, you can check.
Yes, I think a hint to the wise is quite sufficient, and I think folks should learn from previous mistakes. These are things that have surfaced time past, and we saw how damaging it was, and it brought a lot of stigma to those who were involved. So you don't want to do it because, as Diamond said, the telephone you have, perhaps you don't have a password on it. You don't necessarily need to share it. At times your phone lost and someone get hold of your phone, they have access to it and they damage you at any time. So I think it is just wrong. It made no sense to actually record yourself while you're having some fun time. It's your right to have fun time. But why would you record yourself? Why would you record yourself to keep it? And these are things that people can get hold of at any time. Even mistakenly, these are machines. At times they have faults. And you don't know the next minute where it will go or who will have possession of it. And it will be a very damaging for you. It will be an everlasting
Stigma
on you.
Look, Emmanuel, you're talking about machines, phone getting lost, people can steal your phone, and all that kind of thing. Your own friends can do you dirty.
Certainly.
Your own friends. Oh, you there, your phone, you just leave it around. All your friends might be jealous of you that you got somebody that's helping you, you're engaging in all that kind of dirty things, or you're doing this thing for fun. Somebody, somewhere in your inner circle. We've seen cases like that. Take the content and go and share it just to bring you down. My people, they won't need to say it 3 times. So
that's what I said.
Don't be hard to learn
it's
and quick to forget. Yeah. So leave it jelly down. You would get yeah. Okay. So okay, myself.
Like yourself.
Don't down. Don't down. Live. Maybe you can even become Google ambassador against the sharing and recording of nudes.
Yeah.
You can go out there and speak to people and say, I've been a victim. One way of taking away this stigma of being a victim is to also go out and prevent other people from being victims. When they see a real life victim, it appeals to them even more than somebody who hasn't got the experience.
But the question is, how many people will have the courage to do that?
Yeah, so you can be the first to go out there. There are people living with HIV and AIDS. They're out there preaching and sensitizing people, cautioning people about AIDS and all of that. So you can go and say, now, today, say, I've suffered this thing. I'm the ambassador for anti-nudes campaign in Liberia. I've suffered. I know what I went through. I don't want you to go through the thing. Don't do it. People say, okay, we'll listen to a real life victim. Yeah. So that's another way to be positive. Move it there. We leave it. You didn't hear it like A. Okay, we leave it. Let's go to the USD rate as well from the Central Bank of Liberia quickly. According to the CBL, the current rate as of the last update, the buying rate is 170 Liberian dollars, equivalent to $1 United States dollar. So the rate is 170 according to the Central Bank of Liberia. So 5 USD gives you 850 Liberian dollars. The selling rate is 172 Liberian dollars. If you go in to get USD, you have to take 172 Liberian dollars according to the Central Bank of Liberia to get $1 United States dollar. So that is 855. But even on the CBL's page, it says the rates are not set by the Central Bank of Liberia. So they do surveys from various forex bureaus, banks, and other institutions and come up with what the average rate is from their survey. So this rate, according to the CBL, is not even set by them. So that's why we see a lot of other conflicting figures: 175, 173, 174.
Oh, so other areas you have 176.
Yeah, 176.
Yeah,
show me that.
Go to Bureau.
Yeah, to go. Okay. All right. So we also brought you the euros today. According to research done, the Liberian dollar,
as we
promised. So we do deliver on our promises. Thank you very much. So the euros to Liberian dollars, 1 euro is equivalent to 184 Liberian dollars, according to latest reports, and 5 euros gives you 922 Liberian dollars. So you can round that up as well. The British pound sterling, 1 pound is equivalent to 216 Liberian dollars, according to the International Forex Exchange rate, and 5 pounds sterling is equivalent to 1,080 Liberian dollars. So there you have it. So there you have it. We'll bring you more currencies as we progress. Let's go quickly now to fuel and gasoline petroleum products. According to the government of Liberia, a gallon of gas is to be sold at $4 United States dollars 70 cents. At major filling stations is 795 Liberian dollars. A gallon of fuel is being sold at 495 Liberian dollars. That's $4.95 USD. I'm sorry, and that's in LD is 880 and 35 Liberian dollars. All right, so we go quickly, but at the roadside, those who do RCA and all of that, the gas is being sold at 710, 720, and this covers most parts of Margibi and the entire Montserrado County as well. Rice, 25 kg rice is the average price is 17 United States dollars 55 cents to 18 United States dollars, unless you out of Montserrado or Margibi and you in Grand Bassa and other counties, then the price of rice is going to be different depending on your location and the brand of choice. Quickly to the flight schedule for the day at the Roberts International Airport. Let me bring you the latest one quickly to see which flights have departed from the RIA, because we did see one flight was to depart at 7:30 a.m. this morning. One other flight has departed from the RIA. Want to bring you current data from Flight Radar 24. So let me bring you that quickly. Yes, that's what we do. We always have to refresh our information and bring you real-time information as well. So departures from the Roberts International Airport today. Those saying bye-bye, whether for a very long time or just for a short while as well. All right. So for arrivals today at the Roberts International Airport, we have Air Cote d'Ivoire, flight number HF759 from Conakry, Guinea, scheduled to arrive in the country at 4:40 p.m. Air Cote d'Ivoire, all right. Kenya Airways, flight number KQ508 from Accra, Ghana, arrives in the country. Estimated time of arrival is 5:40 p.m. Aska Air completes our arrivals for today. Flight number KP20 from Accra, Ghana, is scheduled to arrive in Liberia at 5:50 p.m. Those departing the country today, Monday, we have, let me load the earlier ones. All right. So as I told you, the flight departed. We needed the schedule. So the first flight is Air Peace, flight number P47537, destination Accra, Ghana. That flight departed around 1:27 a.m. this morning. We have Aska Air, flight number KP21, destination Accra, Ghana. That flight departed 7:48. So like a minute ago, that flight took off from the Roberts International Airport. So it's now airborne.
Yes.
Okay. So that's current data. Air Cote d'Ivoire, flight number HF759, destination Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, departs from the Roberts International Airport at 5:20 p.m. And Kenya Airways, flight number KQ 509, destination Accra, Ghana, is scheduled to depart from the Roberts International Airport at 6:40 p.m. as well. So there you have it for arrivals and departures from the Roberts International Airport. We get our data from Flight Radar 24. If you're working at the Roberts International Airport and you can link us with the current flight schedule from the RIA, I would definitely appreciate that as well. Emmanuel, tell us what's happening in domestic travels, there, county fairs. Yeah, just
certainly
3 or 4 that you can share with us quickly.
Yes, certainly. I wanted to get the issue, the transport fare for the southeastern, but due to the issue with the St. John Bridge, we didn't have the issue of fixed transport fares as it relates to that side. So we will deal with Northern Liberia, and then coming up Wednesday we will have because the issue have been resolved.
Yeah.
So we will have a fixed fare to the southeastern, especially the Grand Bassa, Sano, and Riverside side. Okay. So we deal with from Montserrado County to Vonjama Lofa County is 7,000 Liberian dollars. From Montserrado County to Zozo Lofa County is 5,500 Liberian dollars. From Montserrado County to Ganta on NTA is 500. From Montserrado to Saclipie on NTA is 1,000 Liberian dollars, and from Montserrado to Sanicoli on NTA is $950. And from Montserrado County to Bonk County on taxi is $1,000, and on bus is $600. From Montserrado County to Kakata on taxi is $300 Liberian dollars, and if you go in as far as Tapeta in Nema County, you pay $30,000 Liberian dollars. So that would do it for the transport fare. On the program, they do the show on Spawn and Super Radio.
Okay. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you there. So, folks, there you have it. Once you need present and current information, whether domestic or foreign travels, will definitely provide those to you every morning on the show. Remember to continue playing the Spoon FM Daily Mega Cash Splash. All you need to do is to dial *799#. Click enter or OK on your phone, and then the prompt will pop up. You select option number 3, Spoon FM, and then you proceed with payment. If you're using your Liberian dollars wallet, it's 100 Liberian dollars. But if you're using your USD wallet, it's 0.70. That's 70 cents USD. And you play instantly, your number will be in contention to be drawn. Like last week, Friday, we had 3 winners. So I'm seeing the transaction dashboard is increasing. But play more. Once we reach the threshold, we'll definitely do a draw. And you could be the lucky winner as well. Yeah, somebody is asking you 150 LD to where?
I didn't say 150 LD.
No. I didn't hear 150 LD, but just give that clarity quickly.
150 LD, probably I was talking about
from junction to Intan. From junction to Intan.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
No, we didn't do that. All right, folks. So we'll take a short commercial break to be right back. And once we get back, we go strictly into trending issues as well. We'll take Mr. John Sa before we take the break. All right, so Emmanuel just Chief of Traffic, the Chief of Public Safety, Mr. John Sa, to give us some education on the road safety tips and what we need to do as well. All right, so Peter T. Samuka, as we get in, Mr. Sa, Peter T. Samuka says, gas price is reasonable in Liberia. I'm paying $3.57 for a gallon of gas in my area. He's in Toledo, Ohio, the United States, and it's the number 1 oil producing country in the world. Liberia is producing 0, so as gas is reasonable in Liberia as compared to the US. That's a fact. But also another fact is the class of gas that you use in the US is not the same class of gas that we use in Liberia. Yeah. So those are comparative points that you can use, and you can go about doing that, as well as the living condition in Liberia. It's not the same in the US. I know you say $3.57 is something, but in Liberia we're paying $4.47. That's almost $5 for a gallon of gas in the country. We know our GDP, our GDP, I should say, and all of that.
Let me give you a try.
Mr. Sa, try again.
Let me give you a try.
We can move on.
If we cannot get him,
so you can compare those factors though, and see where we land. But again, that's your saying, and we appreciate the fact that you share that information with us. So according to Peter T. Samuka, in his state, in Ohio, one of the major oil producing point in Liberia, there you have it.
Okay.
We have gas like gas. It's true, gas like gas
right here.
But quality is not the
Yes,
same.
sir.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. How are you? Okay. All right. So, Mr. Sa, what do you have for us this morning concerning traffic tips and road safety, public safety, all in one?
Let us have one short one. Let's talk about the way people overtaking.
Okay, so we should talk about overtaking. Just give me a minute, please, to have you well connected so that the audience and the viewers can hear you really, really clear as we talk about overtaking, because that's something we see on our roads all of the time. So, Mr. Sa, you can go ahead, sir.
So let us talk about a very short topic, overtaking. There are ways to overtake and there are ways not to overtake. So we have a single lane rule. That is one lane going, one lane coming. That's a single lane road. And when you're overtaking that road, you overtake by the left. Because there's no space on the other side for you to overtake, right? So when there are multiple lanes, you overtake by the right, because when there are multiple lanes, the line on the road, the thick yellow lines are double, telling you that this is a borderline. You cannot overtake on this side until it is safe to do so. So the best way to overtake on the double lane road or multiple lane road is by the right. And let's talk about a bit about I see people parking a vehicle or stopping a vehicle in the middle of the road a few days around the Freeport or after the Freeport intersection going towards town. Park the car in the middle waiting for passenger. That's a new thing I have seen, which is very wrong. Whenever you want to stop or pick a passenger, pick a drop or park your vehicle, you go parallel to the right and you stop properly or you park properly to take the passenger. You do not go in the center of the road. I saw one guy park his car, put his feet on the dashboard while waiting for somebody to come and get on board his vehicle, which is wrong. The next thing I have seen is that I see people hanging on buses.
They say the conductor can sell a seat.
I see people opening the doors of buses, passenger buses, student buses. People going to school or work, the doors are open wide. And they have people standing up. For that, we are fair to impose. Opening door in traffic is a violation. Even improper overtaking or improper parking or improper standing, proper waiting, they are all traffic violations. But for this one, it is very serious. We will take appropriate action. Opening door in the traffic when the students are in it or when the passengers are in it. It is dangerous. Anyone can jump out of it anytime, sustain injury or die. So that is strictly prohibited. On top of the buses, when the buses are loaded, you see people on top of the places where we can put the load. It is also very dangerous. For that is dangerous than the person who open the door, in fact, because that person is about to commit suicide. You're killing yourself. So for that, when we catch the car or the conductor, we jail you for at least 2 or 3 hours and we'll release you. So we're going to work on that. I think we can stop here. If you have any other thing here, let me know so I can talk about it.
Okay. So just to reiterate what you said, sir, you said overtaking. On a single lane road, use the left.
No. Yes, on a single lane road, yes, use the left.
On a double lane road,
on the multiple lane road,
use the right. Yeah. And you also talked about the issue of people opening doors and parking in the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road, yes.
In the middle of the road. Okay.
Then we'll also talk about people after loading a vehicle, they put the car or the conductor on top of the vehicle.
Okay. Now, someone wants to know, what's the space you should give once you overtaking another vehicle? What somebody says 500 feet, 500 foot, you should give a 500 foot gap. What's the space before you engage, and where do you reach to on a vehicle that you're about to overtake? At what point should that vehicle slow down and allow you to pass? Because we can see it on our highways. Somebody will be moving at a snail pace. Once you try to overtake them and you reach around their driver door, then they say, oh, you don't pass by me, eh? Then they increase their speed. Is that something you can educate that on?
Yes, let me talk about overtaking a bit. To measure it, it will be a bit difficult. Are you going to get and put your table before you measure it? No. there should be reasonable distance between the person.
Okay.
Then the first thing you do is to signal, informing the person ahead of you and behind you that you are about to overtake.
Okay. So reasonable distance.
Yes.
That reasonable distance could be 1 car distance or 2 car distance, right?
It could be 2 cars distance.
Okay.
Yes. Then you signal.
All right. So what about those who, when you reach into their driver door?
I will talk about it.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
So give me switches.
All right.
So you signal, informing the driver ahead of you and the one behind you that you are about to overtake. So then you have to speed more than the one that is ahead of you because you need to move. In the process of overtaking, that driver that is ahead of you need to give you chance to pass. That is not a time where you put a car in gear and start to race with you. No, it is dangerous. You don't do that in overtaking. So once the man signal you and he signal you and inform you, the next thing when you're about to overtake, he will blow his horn, bam. to tell you that I'm about to pass. So that is how to overtake. The next thing is the use of the horn. I just talked about horning. Oh my God, people blow their horn. The use of the horn is to just alert your friend, to tell your friend that you are about to pass or overtake, or you're about to take an action so that he can know. But if you listen to some people blowing their car horns, they blow it for more than 1 minute. These trucks blow their horns until they embarrass other people's ears. No, it is unacceptable. That is not the way.
Okay, Emmanuel, you've got any questions for Mr. Sa? Okay, we good. All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for always taking up your time to educate us and let us be informed so that we make better decisions on the road as well. Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So Mr. John Sa is the Chief of Public Safety of the Liberia National Police. They're informing us, giving us some education. So remember, if you're overtaking on a single lane road, you use the left. If you overtaking on a double lane road or multiple lane roads, you use the right. You don't go on the other lane of the oncoming traffic. You use the right. This is also to our motorcyclists. Again, not just drivers, but motorcyclists. I see this a lot. A motorcyclist will want to pass a vehicle on the single lane road and he will use the right. Not taking into consideration that that driver might also go off the road, because he wants to park. So my people, if you own a motorcycle, and it's a single lane road, one lane going, one lane coming. And then the motorcyclist wants to pass you on the right side. The side of the driver is not even paying attention to that much.
Sidewalk side.
That's the sidewalk side. Thank you. The side that pedestrians are using to walk. Say, my man, get back on the left. Get back on the left. Don't put me on that side. Because he's putting you in serious danger. Yeah. Serious danger. Yeah, man.
Damon, this is necessary because I don't think motorcyclists have some formal knowledge when it comes to these things. And there are some taxi drivers who got the training the informal way, and they don't have the requisite knowledge as it relates to what to do and what not to do. So I think this is very important. You should take cue from these things. Do not know them. If you are a driver and then you always in the habit of knowing things, there should be something that you take serious cue from and practicalize these things, because you are carrying lives, and the lives you are carrying, they have dependence, and you don't want to have them in some set of problem that will be a very bad thing. So you will have to take cue from these things and be very constructive while on the traffic. So kudos to the Chief of Traffic, Public Safety, John Sa, for the education, and I hope motorists take cue from these things.
And even passengers should take cue, so that now that you know, and your driver wants to do the forbidden thing, what is not right, then you say, Mr. Driver, man, no, this is not what you should do. And I've seen this a lot on the highways. When you want to overtake somebody, the moment you're approaching that person, you're giving them all of the signals. Remember, you have to give people the signal. If you want to overtake, if you're using the left, you put your signal on, that you're using the left, and then you give the man lights to let him know that you're about to move, or you just give him you honk your horn, and then you start. Once the place is clear, once the road is clear, there is no vehicle coming from the onward traffic, and you move on. But don't let the person reach side you, even if the man didn't give you all of those signals, and then he has reached almost half of your vehicle, and the space is clear for him to overtake you. Then you decide that, oh, all right, hey, you want to show me your car can run? Myself too. I will show you my car can run. Then you putting that person's life in danger. Allow the man to go. Once he has reached half your vehicle, or he has almost crossed your vehicle, you let him pass. Don't do running race. After all, you are not speeding enough, and he has decided that he wants to get past you. Don't take it like an offensive thing. And another question for you, Emmanuel. I know you're a driver. Why do drivers do this? Once you've overtaken somebody, or you're in the process of completely overtaking somebody, you can always look at the person. Why do they do that? I do that a lot. and I see other drivers doing it. Well, is this something that is just an instinctive, thing that people do? It's involuntary. You just do it, or you just letting the men know that. I finish passing by Baba. It's almost 93% of the time. I don't want to go 95. 93% of the time when a driver is in the process of completely overtaking another driver, when he reaches the man's driver window, you always look at him.
Yeah, look at you, Papa, you. And also the motorcyclists, when they are riding, when they are on excessive speed, they turn the motorbike and want to look at the tires.
No, that one part is dangerous.
They want to look at the tires.
I don't know why they do that.
Yes.
It's dangerous. It's
These
very
are
dangerous.
things people do on the traffic that are not called for.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. There you have it, folks. We'll take a short break to be right back. And once we get back, we'll go straight into trending issues. We'll also be speaking to our counter correspondents. We'll be back right after this break.
Taddy boy, what's up?
Hey Drew, I grew up.
Taddy boy, you know why they can sell scratch card around here? I was just on the phone with my Oma and did my credit feeding, and I can't even find anybody selling scratch card around here.
You said what? Scratch card? So fine, girl, you still scratching with your fine fingernails? My girl, you rather sleeping, yo. You not know you can buy credit and did I run the Tip Me app?
I have the Tip Me app, but I don't know how to buy credit.
My girl, listen. Just tap on services at the bottom of the dashboard, then tap on mobile recharge, select your country, Liberia, because of Liberia we in. Enter your phone number, then tap verify to display orange or Lone Star, depending on which one you're subscribing with. Then tap browse plan, select the amount you want to put in, enter your PIN, boom, you finish. You can buy airtime and data just like that.
Boy, easy, now all there.
No, ma, wait, that's not all. This is the juicy part. The Tip Me people say on your Tip Me app, recharge any amount of airtime, whether that Lone Star or that orange, you stand a chance to win free airtime every week from now to the end of this year. Last week, my sister won airtime and she just called all over the place.
Thank you for telling me, From now on, I'll be buying all my airtime and data through the Tip Me app, so my calling and browsing can finish.
Just make it for Tip Me. Okay, let me tell you what Tip Me now.
Are you tired with slow internet? Do you want super fast and affordable internet? Telecel Liberia is here to provide all your internet service needs. The internet is moving at a fast pace, and only super fast internet speed can help you keep up. At Telecel, our internet packages are divided into distinct categories: Mega, Optimal, Premium, Elite, and Big Business that suits kids, universities, schools, hotels, beaches, homes, offices, urban areas, and much more. Anything is possible with Telecel Liberia. Get your own streaming box for Netflix, Amazon Prime, Showmax, and more. At Telecel, our amazing 24-hour customer service is there to help you with all your needs. Telecel Liberia, super fast speed, 24 hours technical support team, the best broadband and fiber optic internet service in Liberia. For more information, please call 0770-399-399 or 0881-399-399, or stop by our office on 3rd Street, Syncor, opposite the Carter Center and GLZ building. Visit our website, telecelliberia.com. Email us at info@telecelliberia.com. Telecel Liberia, the best internet service provider, is here for you. Telecel Liberia, connecting the unconnected.
Radio Entertainment Liberia and Spoon FM 107.5 presents the Mika Daily Cash Splash. Yes, thousands of dollars are up for grabs, and all you need is your ear to listen and your MTN mobile money account to win. And plenty money they're giving up. Just dial *799# and select Spoon FM and put in your bet. Each bet is $100 Liberian, and you can bet as many times as you want. The Cooper is every day. The ma will flow. It will flow. It will flow. From morning to night, the Spoon FM Mega Daily Cash Splash. Listen to your radio and winning ma. Nah, smarty. Liberia get better. Remember now, Radio Entertainment Liberia is licensed by the National Lottery Authority. For inquiry, 0887-400-044 or 0770-400-044. And the game is for 18 years and above.
Okay, folks, welcome back. This is the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. We're live on Super 95.5 FM. My name is Diamond Slanger, and I'm here with this gentleman, astute, intelligent gentleman. What's your name, Chief?
Emmanuel Palin David.
I know. So it's not time for trending issues. A lot of things happening across Liberia. A lot of things happening across the world as well, but we've selected a few to share with you on the show this morning. So we go to Grand Bassa County first and speak to King Brown, our Grand Bassa County correspondent, on this particular trending issue, because we did get the information. We did get the information last week, Saturday, that the St. John's Bridge, one of the bearings on the St. John's Bridge, had cracked and later, split into two. And that caused the bridge to be used at a minimum capacity. And at a point in time, the bridge was even closed to ordinary traffic. Only vehicles that were deemed essential, were allowed passage as well. People were using alternative means to get to Grand Bassa County for onward transportation to Sino, Riverses, or other counties thereabout. Now, King Brown is going to report live from the port city of Buchanan in Grand Bassa County. We've been informed that a solution has been reached for that bridge. So King is going to bring us up to speed with the fullest, the latest information there from Grand Bassa County. And looking at the phone, whether or not we've got King Brown on the line. Yes. Good morning, Mr. Brown. How are you doing this morning?
Well, good morning, Damas. Let me say good morning to our many listeners. This morning, I'm glad and excited to be on the flight from Grand Bassa County.
Okay. What's the latest news there concerning the St. John's Bridge?
Well, that one, as it stands, since the St. John River Bridge got in that situation about a few weeks back, the Ministry of Public Works, along with the ArcelorMittal, the Liberia Agriculture Company, the Equatorial Palm Oil, all the different companies in Grand Bassa County has rallied around the Ministry of Public Works to ensure that they address the situation at the St. John River Bridge. And so it was on Thursday when the Ministry of Public Works had a meeting with the different companies, and then on Friday, the guy went to the bridge and started to do some work there. And to our utmost surprise, yesterday, somewhere around 4 o'clock, we heard that the bridge was completed. The people changed the different bearings that got damaged on it, about 4 bearings that got damaged.
So all four bearings got damaged instead of one that was previously reported?
Yeah. So first, they noticed that one got damaged, but then according to the Public Works Minister, Ruth Cover colleagues, when they went there, the engineer did a visual assessment, and they got to realize that additional 3 was also damaged, making it 4, which is the previous one. Yes. So what happened? And so they changed everything, and then they told the public that now vehicle can plow the bridge while they are observing it temporarily to see as to whether there will be another problem coming up, maybe from the flying of heavy duty equipment on the bridge. And so the news shocked everybody yesterday, and people in Grand Bassa County, we did a little tour yesterday in the streets, and people were happy because the bridge had posed a serious burden on the citizens of the county, especially when it comes to the different process of commodities. The rice, sometimes that rice went up to 3,500 for a 25 kg bag. Gasoline went up to 1,000 for a gallon. And that created concern of everybody. People were complaining about how tin prices went. All the Commerce Ministry, through the inspector in the county, had to step down to the ground, move to the market. We showed that at some places they sold some rice and they sold it for 3,100. Some places they sold gasoline for about 900, so they were 850. So now the bridge is okay now. We'll see after whether things keep to go back to normality.
Okay. So I did get the information that the bridge, the repair works took somewhere around 4 hours, and there was an elephant crane that was also given by ArcelorMittal, and mules were also provided by ArcelorMittal and other concession companies in the county, and it took about 4 hours to have the bridge repaired. Now, what information do you have concerning where did they get the bearing from? because we heard earlier from the Ministry of Public Works and from Representative Matthew Fairplay Joe that it would have taken over a month or months to get the bearing, and now we're talking about 4 bearings that were changed. Where did those bearings come from? Did they have them in their stock?
Well, Diamond, it was on Monday when the AFCON management, they first went to the bridge, and they said that they did their own assessment, and they sent an engineer there, and engineer their assessment, and then said that they're going to order the bearing to come, provide if they could not get it in Liberia. And so we have that established as to whether the Ministry of Public Works was able to make sure to get the bearing from Liberia, or they imported the bearing into the country as much as possible. And so what we're going to do now is, since the bridge is okay now, what I'm working at this morning to meet with the residents engineer of the county, so that we have a special interview think about where the bearing from, was it in Liberia or was it imported into the country? And so we gave more details surrounding that. But the bridge, the completion of the bridge, it was done somewhere around between almost 9 o'clock in the night. The bridge got completed, and then they allowed for the plane trucks to start passing while engineers were still in the booth ways monitoring the bridge. And so due to the time last night, we didn't have the chance to talk with anybody because everybody was like in rush to go. So today, now we'll make it our duty now to reach out to the different engineers and other areas to get word from them. Okay.
Now, you said the bridge was completed around 9 p.m. I did get the information that there about 4 p.m. there about the work begun. What I want to know from you is, how are they going to do this monitoring and evaluation of vehicles that will be flying to see whether or not what work they've done is durable enough? How do they plan on observing or assessing the bridge during this period?
What we gather from one of the engineers at the bridge, he told us that like today, tomorrow, and then after, they will go back there to monitor the different changes they made on the bridge. They will also go back there to monitor the work that they did. So they gave them about 3 days period in between, allowing for vehicles, considering heavy duty, and other cars to plow the bridge. And after that, then we'll go back there after 3 days to monitor the entire bridge, so whether maybe there was any additional problems, or maybe they needed to address something and they did not touch it, then they will try to do it, but they will observe the bridge within 3 day period. If they get any problem, then it means that it is in good condition now.
Okay.
For the public.
Yeah, were there anything mentioned as it relates to the maintenance of that bridge, so that we don't have a reoccurrence of what happened? Because maintenance has been a very serious problem in this country.
Okay, so we
him.
lost King Brown. We'll try to reconnect with Mr. Brown there. So the good news is the St. John's River Bridge has been repaired. Previous forecast that was made placed it at least a month or over to get the bridge repaired, but 4 bearings have been changed instead of 1 after a thorough assessment was done, and realized that the other 3 bearings needed changing. We said that here on Monday. Was it Monday or Wednesday on the show?
It was on Wednesday.
It was on Wednesday on the show. That they needed to check the other bearings to know their lifespan and what sort of damages they've incurred, and if there is a need to change them. And I'm sure they listened and they've done that. And that's what you need to do. You always need to find sustainable solution, not just a quick fix. We'd love to say thank you to the guys there. And a lot was at stake rather than just Liberians crossing. Concession companies had their products and their produce and their employees and their machineries that were all stuck.
Yes.
So it was causing serious financial losses. So that alone placed this as a very top level emergency, level 1, tier 1 emergency, and it has been done. We'd love to say thank you to the Ministry of Public Works, as well as those partnering companies, ArcelorMittal, the rest of those companies that are based in Grand Bassa, Sino, Riverside, and the like, who are key stakeholders as well as ordinary Liberians in our bridge being in good condition. As you rightly put it, Emmanuel, it shouldn't just stop at that.
Yes.
Maintenance and regular checks, not just on the St. John's Bridge.
A periodical check on that bridge will be a very good thing, because you don't want to have a reoccurrence of what have happened, because it costs a lot, as you said. It costs a lot. Concession companies, the marketers, the business community, they were greatly impacted by this entire St. John River Bridge issue. So to not have a reoccurrence of what have happened, I think we need to have a periodical check on the facility, make sure that it's in good condition. If there is anything sparking up that need to be fixed, I think the ministry should be very proactive rather than solving the problem. Very proactive, and rather than putting yourself in some kind of hasty to solve the problem, because it is very essential. So that's it.
Okay, all right, thank you there, Emmanuel. So we leave the bridge situation now. You can go to Grand Bassa County. I know
Yes.
some people will be skeptical about crossing the bridge. People will be like, let others cross for us to see. There will always be those who will always be brave enough to go in front, and there will be those who will say, let's sit back and watch the entire thing and see where
correct.
Yeah, since they say 3 days of assessment, and after those 3 days we'll see. But that's good news for our people. And you can go to Grand Bassa County as well. The prices of those commodities that were skyrocketing, people were trying to make extra dollars off the situation. They were and the thing about it is, they were already those commodities that were in county prior to the incident happening. But because now there is demand and panic buys, once situations occur, people start to panic and they decide to buy, because of the panic. People want to save up and say, okay, let me just get this thing before it gets worse than what it is. People want to always have, stock and all those things. So prices, some unscrupulous business people decided to make so much money off ordinary citizens. All right.
And as a result of that, you will have business people taking advantage and exploiting. And this has always been the case in our country. Some business people, I don't want to generalize my statement.
We get that.
Yes,
we forgive you. Not all business people.
Not all business. Some business people would like to exploit people whenever there is a situation. And then they want to maximize more profit, and which of course is not a good thing. You have to be honest. Honesty pays a lot, so you have to be honest as you move on.
Somebody said in business there is no honest.
No, but honesty has a very major part to play in all aspects of life. People who will say that, I don't think is right. Honesty pays a lot in everything.
Okay, so let's move to our second trending issue quickly.
That can't want me. This matter what this government intend to do to me. I will not go on the ground anymore. I will stand up to justice. I will stand up to fight this to the letter, to the court. And any attempt by anyone to tell me to have me executed, I come from the Gribble tribe. I've already consulted with my people, and my people are in readiness to support me. We will stand up and we'll fight it to the letter. We have captured everyone in this country. Everyone in this country has been captured on our investigation. The action the president actually wrong. My legal team, we are now in preparation to go to the Supreme Court to see how best we can have the matter filed. Initially, we filed a petition before the Supreme Court challenging 16.1 and 16.2. The Supreme Court said that our action was premature because we're not affected, and the Supreme Court said that our action was also premature. The opinion also said that if the action was futuristic, government decided to take an action against us. They should also consider the sanctity of contract under Article 25 of the 1986 Constitution. So we are taking a back that people within this government will go to the president and mislead the president that they won the case and they have the legal audacity to vet and appoint commissioners while we are still there in violation of Article 20 of the 1986 Constitution. We will challenge this to the letter and we'll fight this battle to the letter. I don't know why they intend to bring that legal tarot. I consider her as a legal tarot and legal scavenger to challenge my capability, my authority within the LCC, because she does not have the pedigree within. But to me, the only intention is to have a control. That's a stereotype, as I call it. This particular LCC will not be controlled by this government. And we intend to ensure that all those that were captured in our investigation and that were forwarded to the Ministry of Justice will be brought under prosecution. And they are afraid that Councillor N.K. Martin is standing up to the truth. And they want to ensure that they put in a surrogate institution that will protect their own integrity. But God willing, we'll fight this battle to the end. She's a scavenger because she's being controlled by the present administration to live up to the dictates and the whims and caprices. But for me, I will not. I will ensure that the legal battle and all those that are being captured within our investigation will be brought to justice. That is the present focus of the LACC. We will not submit to any form of inducement.
Okay, so he has said it all that he's not going down without a fight. He's going to fight for what he says is legally wrong, according to the now ousted but still maintaining his title, executive chairperson or commissioner of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the LACC, Councillor Edward Clark Martin, one-time Montserrado County, county attorney. He was once the Montserrado County attorney in the same government. So he has said the action by the president to nominate new set of commissioners to the LACC is unconstitutional, it's illegal, and he's going to fight. But this is what it is. The executive mansion posted the announcement of the president when he nominated the new set of commissioners.
It was on last Thursday
to the LACC. But in that entire announcement or pronouncement, if you want to use either of the two, there is not a single thank you to Councillor Martin. There is not a single thank you. Whether that points to bad blood or I was just paying attention to every letter and every word that was embedded in that, or I just had the eye to see that, that is yet to be established. Whether it was, again, a deliberate attempt not to even give Councillor Martin any sort of credence. Remember when they had the retreat in Ganta?
Yeah, in Ganta, he was humiliated.
Yeah, and when he was giving his gains and what he's done at the LACC, some cabinet officials were jeering him. They were disturbing him. They were calling him names and all sorts of things.
He was reporting too much.
Yeah.
I think it was Senator said, "Mama, you're reporting too much."
Yeah, and we also do know that some part of last year, he also indicted the Minister of Agriculture, Minister Jenny Cooper, for allegedly giving out contracts to her brother, Zubin Cooper, and to a company, Fabra Rice, that she is the owner of. And he also did go on to indict Madam Deviata Brown-Lassana, the chairperson of the NEC. Again, the court ruling that the LACC didn't have the authority to do such. And that case, ended in VLA. But whatever the case is, whether this is just in line with the reseated LACC Act, for which Councillor Martin could have reapplied if he wanted the position, or those who, according to the executive mansion, did the vetting process, could have said, okay, Councillor Martin is doing a good job at the LACC, so, we want to retain him, but he was not retained. He took a petition to the Supreme Court of Liberia. He lost. The Supreme Court said his action was premature, and the Supreme Court also said, in its opinion, the unanimous decision that was read by the Chief Justice, said that the government did not do no wrong, because it is the legislature that establishes institutions or agencies in our country, and it is the same legislature that can go back to either abolish, amend, or dissolve, recreate, whatever word you want to use, such institution that they created. And legally, they did the right thing by, resitting the LACC and revamping and changing things. So according to the Supreme Court, it was done legally. But Councillor Martin is saying he's not going without a fight. But he also broke the news that even as the president has nominated new commissioners at the LACC, he's still working. And in fact, he's working on a series of indictments that, according to him, the whole country will shake like an earthquake. He was asked whether those indictments cover the offices of the president and the vice president. He said everybody is included. That is news. But again, whether Councillor Martin is holding on to just a piece of steak as he's drowning figuratively, or this fight is going to yield him something, We all did see the Cabinet Janin case in this country. They impeached Associate Justice at the time, decided that he was going to fight legally, and it ended in his impeachment. Though he got some solution from the ECOWAS court and asked the government to pay him and compensate him and all of that, and in some even call for his reinstatement. If the government cannot reinstate him, the government should pay him off. We yet to know whether the former Associate Justice has received a penny from that. But these are the key questions, folks. Question number one: if we are serious about fighting corruption in this country, as we say, and you have an executive chairperson of the LSCC or the executive commissioner of the LSCC who's taken on the fight and indicted 2 top officials of government, why is he being ousted? Did he do wrong? If so, if he did, let the wrong be pointed out. If he stepped out of his authority and he acted and used powers that were not within his perimeter, why then is the need so pressing to get him out? The LSCC has been given prosecutorial powers by this new enactment, the reseated law. From being a toothless bulldog that made recommendations, it can now prosecute according to this new law, according to the reseated law or the reseated act. Why then is it so important to have Councillor Martin out of the LSCC? That's question number one. Question number two, folks. Do you see Councillor Martin gaining or winning this case against the government? Now he says his legal team is going to file a new petition now that the president has nominated a new set of commissioners. Do you have the confidence? No disrespect to our Honorable Supreme Court, but do you see that this Supreme Court is going to look at the merits thereof of his petition, if it is legally substantial enough to award whatever his petition is asking? That's the second question. And the third question is, with all of the links, though the executive mansion said the process was free, fair, and transparent, there were people from civil society agencies and organizations. There were people from the Liberia Bar Association, people from the Press Union of Liberia, and others who participated in the vetting process before these names were shortlisted and subsequently selected. When we look at the names, the president said we are all related in Liberia. It's true. We are related. But if we look at the names and their relationships to the power that be, and folks, influential folks around the power that be, can we also, from your own opinion, dissect or analyze that those names were actually names that were just sitting and waiting? Or the entire process, all those things that were flat? Or can you say that, yes, those names, we're not taking into consideration their qualification? No. Each and every person appointed, nominated, is qualified for the position. We're looking at the possibility of those names being pressured into or pre-selected or induced to say, I'm an interest here. And at this point, the last question, Emmanuel, you can weigh in and answer these questions. I hope you're taking the questions down.
Yes.
The last point is, why now? To answer that in 2 parts, the president has got the power to appoint even until his last day.
Yeah.
If he's re-elected, good. If he's not and there is a new president elect, they can go into the transitional agreement and, and say, okay, now that you're going out and all of that, you can appoint, we'll be monitoring this and that and that. But until that, the president has still got the power, because constitutionally and legally, his tenure is not over. And those that are appointed by him work at his will and pleasure. So even if it's 2 days to election, the president deems it necessary to appoint, he can appoint. It is now the responsibility of the Senate to deny those nominees and come up with reasons why they've denied those nominees, or to confirm those nominees. So why now? That's one part. The second part of the why now is, this is a tenured position. They outmoded now, if I want to use that word, LSCC law, or the previous law, the previous act, commissioners had 5 years. This new reseated act, commissioners have 7 years. So an addition of 2 years. So now they are going to work in a tenured position. Unless otherwise abusing their office or being engaged in conducts that do not represent or speak to their positions, or some misappropriation or whatever it is, that you can legally remove them. You can't just go and take them from there. So they'll be there for 7 years. We also have a statute of limitation when it comes to corruption and bribery in our country, that once that is brought to the attention of the authorities and they start to investigate, they have 5 years. The statute of limitation is 5 years. So are we also looking at the part that this president and this government wants to put in the LSCC their own people who will be there and protect their interest? Top amongst all of these questions, should the Senate confirm these nominees? Emmanuel.
Yes.
So you can go about answering. We'll go to the phone lines. Our folks will call in and answer to these questions. What's their take on the president's nomination of a new set of commissioners of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission to go and take and steer the affairs of the LSCC there? So go ahead.
Damon, this is very key and essential to the growth and development of this country, the issue of corruption. And I will first start with the last question that has to do with whether the Senate should confirm those names. First and foremost, there was an ad hoc committee that was set up to commission these people, and they played our part, but doing that necessary check and getting the names of these people and doing the fact findings as to whether they merit this particular position, and as it relates to their proximity with whatever individual that is in government, or all of those things that are factors surrounding it. And now it is in the purview of the Senate. And that is where you have the will of the people prevailing. That is where you seek the interests of the people rather than seeking the interests of individual or a particular person. And I think as it reaches to these things, the Senate need to play a very tough role in the confirmation of these people. You have their names here. You have Alexandra and Rudolph. You have Ernest, and then their names are here. The Senate has the power. The Senate is the direct representation of the people. So in these periods, you have to play a role that will be a reflection of the people. And Edwin Martin has been doing tremendously well. He has been doing tremendously well in terms of coming up with indictments, in terms of fighting corruption. He has been doing tremendously well, but his effort wasn't actually recognized. Instead, he was humiliated, and those who were indicted by the LCC, they walk scot-free. So my question here to the Senate: will we have a caliber of people that will do likewise, or will do the contrary? And if you want to have a caliber of people that will do likewise, you have to do a thorough investigation, a very thorough investigation that will place in the interest of the Liberian people. I can ask quite a sit here and tell you whether the Senate should confirm these people, or the Senate should confirm these people. But it is in the purview of the Senate. The committee that is spearheading this should play a very critical role in doing their fact findings, investigation, and all of those factors that surround these people, to be a very good representation at the LACC, and that will be in the footpath that will fight corruption. And the way in which Councillor Clamartin left the LACC,
the man's still there, according to him. He was
according
working
to
in his
him,
office on Saturday. He will still go to work and all of that.
But for now, Damo, the own look of things, we have seen names. I think it raised another flag about this government fight against corruption.
What flag does it wave? Does it wave? Because the president is well within his powers to nominate. The Senate will have to play the crucial role, as you said. But again, qualification-wise, those that were nominated by the president, they are qualified. Councillor Alexandra Doe is currently the board chair of the LACC.
Yes.
So we have others who have occupied other positions, but other people are saying the relationships, the closeness of, if not these people directly, but their relatives to the president,
these are factors,
also played a role, and it's going to compromise them. There is also the other narrative or opinion that we have 5 months to election. Yeah, the LACC is a pivotal government agency like any other government agency, but let's wait and hold on till after elections. If you win, you can have your nominees go to the Senate for confirmation. But if you lose, meaning you want to leave these people with us.
Certainly.
You want to leave these people with us, and then at the LACC, they will just be doing red tapeism and bureaucratic, barriers. If we want to prosecute, we cannot, because we have people that are your sympathizers who were appointed by you, the outgone government at the time, if the CDC loses this election. So that is where opposition senators are coming from. And this is the angle other Liberians are coming from, that the LACC can do without a permanent or a confirmed set of commissioners. It can do without them for now. The LACC can wait, according to some people. The LACC can wait. And after elections, and you are retained, yes, then your nominees can come. If you nominate people, they can come. But in a case where you don't win, and we confirm in this period, because the president is well within his rights. Let's say it again.
The Constitution gives
he's
him the
well
right.
within his rights. Then you leave them with us, and we want to prosecute, or we want to indict, or we want to go on and carry out investigations, and we cannot find you. There is a reason. The previous LACC Act, the one that was amended, had commissioners serving 5 years.
5 years, and now it's 7 years.
Because 5 years, if you are appointed by the incumbent government, in 5 years' time, your tenure will be expiring, as well as the same way your government will be going for re-election, whether they win or whether they lose. You know that this is the case.
Yeah. So
we can see how that was put in line. Now, but let's go back to your point. Senator DeLon has openly said they are going to do a Wambo Diki to the nominees if they come to the Senate for confirmation. In fact, they are going to do a Zolizo. They are going to do a Darlington Conley. Those are 3 instances where the Senate had denied nominees of the president. Zolizo was denied.
Darlington
was denied. Darlington Conley to the Liberia Airport Authority, the LAA, he was denied. And then we had Nwambudike, the same LACC, from LACC to NEC. And he was denied as well. So we'll go to the phone lines, but just wrap up on your thoughts. We have other training issues to deal with quickly. We also have the passion of life to bring on the show as well. Shannon is on the standby. Go ahead.
So just in a nutshell, I think it is in the purview of the Senate, and besides, as you said, the issue of the 7 years tenure as to whether they should be confirmed now. If they are confirmed now, it will be like imposing something on
They'll
the next
be on
government.
you.
On the next government. So I think
whether it is the government or not.
Yes, it is very critical that we look at these things, and I remain on my stance. It is now in the purview of the Liberian Senate, and the Liberian Senate is a direct representation of the people. So you have to do all due diligence to the people instead of just.
So 2 fights we're watching in this particular case. Yeah. 2 fights. Fight number 1, Councillor Martin,
yes,
to retain his seat as the commissioner of the LACC. Fight number 2, whether he will lose or win. Fight number 2, we're looking at the Senate. Whether the Senate, because the president has done his part.
Yes,
the president finished doing his part.
His ad-hoc committee did that commissioning, and they are done with that.
He finished doing his part. Whether you like those nominated or not, the president finished doing his part.
It's onto you.
The scene where the president did power the war crimes code issue. What he did was he just sent it to the legislature and said, y'all go do our best with it, y'all go brainstorm, y'all come by, y'all see if we can establish your account, your findings. When you ask anybody from the executive mansion, didn't the president send the war crimes code thing to the legislature, for them to look at it?
Yes.
He has done his part. So the president has done his part. The Senate is now where all eyes will be focused on, because it is the Senate that will confirm or deny these nominees. And in the Senate, it's all about numbers. Senator DeLong did sound confident when he said they are going to do block, engagements, and they are going to make sure that they do a Nwambudike to these people, or they do a Darlington Conley to these people, or they do a Zolizo to these people. But again, it was because of public opinion and pressure that was expressed. Aside the individual intellectual capacity of those senators, it was because of the public opinion that was expressed that even some senators who were from the ruling party also voted against, this issue of having Zolizo confirmed, because they said Zolizo, at the time when he made that gun statement that he would kill people who will go against the president, and he being an ex-military man, and now you want to put him in a position that he will be dealing with guns and soldiers, it makes him a threat to the society.
Sure.
So Zolizo was kicked to the curb. Nwambudike came, people raised the issue that, how can one man you go to LACC, for then you go to governance commission, then you won't come to NEC. Again, that wasn't the argument, because the president can appoint people to any position, whether you've served in a previous position or 5. Current Justice Nangwe, Associate Justice, what was he? He was a senator. The president went and took him from the Senate, said, come and serve at the Supreme Court. Whether the president gave him job security, at the point in time where it was looking like he was not going to be re-elected to the Senate, and said, come sit down here, they want at your age now, and your condition physically that's going to get you out of this position, sit down here, relax. The president has got the power to do so. So it's now with the Senate and those negotiations. I brought that point up because Nwambudike wasn't about how many positions he has served previously.
Sure.
It was about discrepancies in his records provided. And once you at that committee, you swear an oath.
Yes.
If you lie, it's perjury. If you lie, so you can lie on an oath. So Wambudike was caught in a drag net because of discrepancies and situations surrounding his nationality. So he was, caught on that. Okay. Please, point of correction and not gay. Nobody mentioned anything on that. All right, so I was reading a comment and I wanted to know what the person was talking about because people do pick on things that you might forget.
Sure.
So I didn't get that. So Botoke City, you can tell us what exactly your point is. So again, it's on the Senate. So we'll leave it at that. The question to our audience when the call is, should the Senate confirm the LACC nominees or should the Senate deny them? And why do you think so?
What do you think?
Why do you think so? So let's move to cleaner one.
We
told you there is, I'll give Emmanuel the chance to list the various ones and twos we have coming into this pending election. Yeah?
Okay. The ones and twos coming into the election, as you list to
Fixer 1, Fixer 2.
We have Fixer 1, we have Fixer 2, we have Development 1, and we have Development 2. We have
limit there 1. Don't tell me from that 1 and don't tell me from that 2.
We have Cleanup now.
Cleanup 1. We got Chosen 1.
Chosen 1.
But we won't get Chosen 2.
We got Chosen 2. We
got Broom 1.
Broom 1, but we don't have Broom 2.
Okay.
We have Rescue 1 and we have Rescue 2.
Okay. Those are the ones and twos we have right now, right? Those are the teams that we have so far. Yeah. Now, whether Cleaner 1 is going to take Broom 1 broom for him to start this cleaning, that's what we are yet to know. Because Broom 1 already got broom.
Yeah.
So when you're looking for Broom, Cleaner 1, what do? Just go to Broom 1 and say, Broom 1. That's how you already get broom. Give me that broom. Let me help to clean the country. So the leader for the Movement for Progressive Change, MPC, has said he ready now to clean Monrovia. According to Simon Freeman, he is ready to clean the country. He has talked about his economic plans for the country. He has talked about every other thing. But now, the way he's looking at things, we need to clean the country. No. Semi Akoji, according to him, is doing a dismal job. Simeon Freeman is now cleaner 1. We saw the license plate given to Fixer 2. Don't be surprised you see Mr. Freeman got one of his vehicles cleaner 1. Yeah. And you see them moving. He says he's going to do a massive cleanup campaign. He's going to show the MCC, the PCC, and other city corporations how it is done. Say the country too dirty.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Everybody talking politics. I face 1, I face 2, I rescue 1, I rescue 2, I broom 1, I broom 2. He is now cleaner 1. So he's going to start with Monrovia. Massive cleanup campaign. Because we're going to be living in filth. Then you asking us to go vote. We're getting sick from the dirt. Whether or not you like Mr. Freeman, the issue of sanitation in our country has been an age-old issue. It's our very selves and the government that have failed to keep our cities clean. Look in your community. The moment you drink water, you drop the plastic. Somebody will say the government can provide dustbin too. But you can put it in your hand until you reach to somebody else's dustbin and you put it there. So our mentality, our mindset already, we like to throw rubbish and keep places dirty. Once a little vacant land is there, our man, quick to turn it into dumper or dump site. Quick to turn it into dump site. So we have not even oriented ourselves with keeping our environment clean. Though our teachers try to impact that into us in preschool and elementary school, the hygiene, personal hygiene. Formal and informal education tells you about personal hygiene, whether you went to school or not. you know that you have to take care of yourself and your environment. That one thing that only people that go to schools about don't know. So cleaner one. If you didn't know, now you do. A senior framer of the MPC. Yeah. So it's going to take on a massive cleanup campaign across Monrovia and its environs, and he will stretch into other cities, towns, and villages as well to make sure not just the urban areas are cleaned, but even the rural areas are clean as well. Emmanuel, what do you make of this?
I think this is
is it a slap in the face of Major Koji?
That's what I'm about to say. This is a slap in the face of Major Koji.
How is it when an ordinary citizen or even a political actor and a stakeholder, we see groups can do cleanup campaign. We see humanitarian agencies can do cleanup campaign. So why would this be a slap in Major Koji's face if a political leader of an opposition party say, let me show you how it's done, boy?
Because he is clothed with the responsibility to clean Monrovia, keep Monrovia clean and green. Let me tell you something. Something I have realized of recent. For the inception of Major Koji taking on the MCC, I haven't seen him having some major press conference as it relates to bringing out remedy for the clean and green posture of Montserrat, of Monrovia. Let me say Monrovia. But of recent, he has been engaged in, I'm not saying it's wrong, but if you have a job to do, that will take into consideration he was chosen among some 5 million people to serve that position. And I think it is a honor to serve your country. And to have Monrovia in a disgusting condition that international partners have spoken about it, brought the country to a public ridicule on the international scene as one of the disgusting cities. I think it is very key. Major Koji should have taken key from those things and pull his political garment down and leave back a legacy.
So are you saying at the MCC in the area of sanitation and green environment, the mayor hasn't left any sort of positive legacy?
Nothing. I'm here. I'm telling you, go Monrovia, go Monrovia and see how disgusting the place is. Go see how faces are over. Go see how dirt are over. And even go, just take a look. Even in Pinsville, the Pinsville City a corporation as well. Look at Raleigh. Go see how disgusting those places are. I think we need to do more. People who are placed to those positions need to do more. You have the requisite knowledge in crafting ideas. I don't think they cannot tell me that they are not forced a lot of those things. Sure. So you have to put down your political garment. You remember in times back, Major Koji said he wasn't a Donba hero. So all of those things play a very major role as it relates to your position. Major Koji, it is better to leave back a legacy.
Okay.
It is better to leave back a legacy. Look at it was under your watch as city mayor. Monrovia was called a disgusting city. It didn't speak to your mind, Mr. Koji. It didn't speak to your mind. I think that should be a cost that you, Mr. Koji, should put on your booth. Move for everything. I think citizens play another role.
The citizens do play a major role, but it's the
MCC needs to take the lead and let other people follow. Of recent, how many garbage cans have you seen around town for citizens in the region? The people don't have alternative, and some of them they don't care when they drink that water, they dash on the street. And these are things that make our city to look, that more at times I feel shame.
Why can make you feel shame?
Let me tell you. Of recent, my cousin came from the States, and we decided to take him around. When we reached Cinco, he shook his hair a little bit. But when we reached Central Monrovia, coming down that hill, reaching around Water Street, he asked, "Is this the Monrovia?" Because
La Monrovia. But let's go back to the crux of the conversation a bit. Now, Mr. Freeman has said he's going to give the city a facelift. Is that going to be a periodic thing or a regular thing. We'll find out whether or not he wants to keep financing the facelift, the cleaning of the city. That's one thing. But he's going to be engaged in a very massive cleanup campaign to give the city a facelift. Now, to the MCC, I remember somewhere in 2020, I hosted Pekele Wapi. He's the head of communications there at the Monrovia City Corporation. At that time, this same issue of the city being dirty was the hottest topic. He then said the MCC was going to get engaged with CBEs, and community-based enterprises and small-scale institutions and agencies and companies to mark zones within the city. They were going to do marking of zones in the city, and then these CBEs will go about collecting the rubbish, solid waste, and all of those. That didn't happen in its entirety. Now, should the city corporation be looking at, look, this thing is overwhelming for us. What we can do now is we can create the city into zones. And these zones, these zonal contracts will be given to private institutions. You understand? These private institutions will have a scope of operation. They'll have their guidelines, The MCC is only going to be at the back, like the way the LTA is or the LERC is, and just be coming up with regulations and be monitoring and see a supervision and play a supervisory role over these companies to see how they're effectively doing their work. Because when you look at it, many of our government agencies and corporations are failing, or they failed. If you look at the Labrador Water and Sewer Corporation, they're unable to provide. The LWSC has been dormant since hair was a pop. The LWSC, which is to bring revenue to the government of Liberia, depends now on the government to pay its employees. So instead of being an asset, it's now a liability. I've been informed by an insider that Alfonso Gay is trying to do his best to revamp. What major revamping can you do in less than 3 to 4 months? When employees have been unpaid for months, then you expect the meter reader to go out there and somebody say, oh, my man, don't send him a meter account every month. I give you $30. And man say no, when he gets paid once every 5 months. The LWSC cannot even fulfill its statutory responsibility. We go to the LEC. The LEC, though they're trying, but if we were to just as a government produce the current, the electricity, the LERC and the LEC plus other government agencies set the tariff. What is the price for wholesale current in megawatts? And so just produce and do transmission to the various substations, and the private companies, again, you divide the country into zones. That experiment has been successful in Nimba with Jungle Water. They are the ones in charge of distribution and maintenance in Nimba County. So they're a private company. They're there for the profit. They are not going to exploit because the threshold, the tariff will be gotten, and then the tariff will be derived. You can go above that tariff. You can work within that tariff and then charge per kilowatt hours. Simple. Are we now saying our government agencies, those that are service providers, utility providers, should we be looking at private public corporations now springing up? Or should we be leasing or prioritizing 100% these institutions? Because at the end of the day, if the institution is dormant, it's a liability. It's costing government more. Then why do we have it?
Instead of serving the purpose.
Because we want to give jobs to people. Why then do we have these institutions that are rather a burden? They're supposed to be revenue generating enterprises. Where the revenue go, we don't know. Why they can't sustain, we don't know. Why are they not sustaining? You can tell. Why can't you now see that this is not working and let's try something else? That's the $1 million question. So should the MCC also be looking in that direction? Whereas we are also looking at punishment. That is another weak aspect in our country. Because people go scot-free when they do things.
The issue of impunity.
The law is not being enforced. If the law enforcer is coming to you, he's coming to you for his own personal gains. At the end of the day, we find our country like laws are not existing. The only time you know the law is existing, if you don't want to comply with the enforcer, then that is when you know that there are laws in this country. But once you can comply or you can cooperate, you will just be like one loose dog flying around the area. Anywhere you can go there, you can do anything. Citizens are also responsible, Emmanuel. If not for yourself or to yourself, to the nation as well. You look at the main road, it's not a designated waste. It's not a designated waste site that you go and deposit waste there. But you go there, you look left, you look right, you waste your horse there. Somebody look at you too, they waste their horse there. By the time you realize that place turns into a dump site, like right to Sophie Junction. Before you reach the Sophie Junction, that place now is gradually, it's on our main road, on the main Tottenham Boulevard. That place is gradually turning into a major dump site. And we are looking at that place growing in a stature, becoming a dump site. Once we're able to find people, once we're able to punish people, once we're able to educate people, the reason why we shouldn't be doing this, it's not going to happen overnight. But we'll see some type of change. But again, if you want a man to not break the law, provide him with the means that he will not break the law.
And Damon, you know, in society, you always have stubborn people. So that's why you should have a robust government or a robust group of people that will put their feet on the ground to ensure that the Lord is the people are in line with the laws. We can take cues from other countries, how other countries did it in terms of making their city clean and green. Major Koji is a very smart young man, and I'm sure he has those technocrats, those environmentalists with him. Why can't these people craft ideas? Why can't these people craft ideas? Have you ever seen the MCC coming up with a press conference educating people on things, or coming up with some rules and regulations that will govern street in terms of debt disposal and other things? No, I haven't seen those things.
The thing is simple. Before we go to SNW,
but all I see, people having the MCC is the MCC. The mayor is too engaged in politics, getting back at people rather than doing his piece of job that he's supposed to do.
Okay, so this is free consultative work. We're giving you consultation, MCC. There is a Liberian guy called Emmanuel Soso. He's the CEO of Immenso Group of Companies. Let's empower Liberian businesses as well. He produces dustbins, disposal bins from local materials. The way he has done it, I've been to his factory. They also have spaces for advertisement panels. You can put advertisements around those dustbins and all of those things. You can collaborate with Mr. Soso, and you can purchase some large quantity of these dustbins or these waste disposal bins and put them at vantage points in our city. Then you can have people also stationed around the same way people can be stationed when you just park your car to a place you're supposed to park. The next thing, they can lock your tire. They can have a sanitation task force as well to monitor. And then let people run campaigns so people can be aware that this has kicked off and these dustbins are at vantage points. So people can start with the smaller ones that you can handle for now. Start with those, the lower hanging fruits. You can get those dustbins from Mr. Soso, Emmanuel Soso, immense group of companies. And you can move from there. Yeah. The issue of taking the garbage to the landfill. If the MCC again is not capacitated, but there are private companies that are capacitated, or you can even throw out the tender, let companies bid, and let them come with their plans, their proposals, how they intend to carry solid waste to the landfill, and the sewage component, how to work with water and sewer as well for the sewage component and see what you can do. Start with those. Take off the burden from on you when you cannot perform, when you don't have the capacity to perform. This is also going to create jobs for Liberian people. It's going to be a job creating venture. You understand? And it's going to be a win-win situation. They say the government wins because they say it's now going to see a facelift and going to start getting clean. You take punitive action against those who will be violators so that they can carry the message.
Pay some money.
Pay good money. If you throw plastic on the street, you pay $5,000 Liberian and you know, say one plastic costs you that. If you caught throwing dirt, you pay $20 or $40, you know, throwing dirt costs you that. And see, and engage with communities as well to find alternative means of disposing their garbage. The environmental component, you can get consultants, those who are environmentalists. You can work with environmental groups. You can look into recycling. Again, another good business is recycling. Once you are able to do these things, my people, all the breading will not be on you. But cleaner one is Simeon Freeman. Let's go to Shannon Kwe quickly. He's on the line to bring us the latest in the world of sports. Good morning, Shannon. How are you?
Much better, Damo. I'd like to say good morning to you and good morning to Emmanuel Divi as well.
I know you're somewhat disappointed. The last time I checked, you're a Manchester United fan, right?
No, not. I don't have team in Europe. I should say I just I'm for Victory anyway.
Oh, you just Victory FC.
Good football.
Yeah, Victory FC. I don't have team right now in Europe. But then I was supporting Chelsea, but since Didier Drogba left Chelsea, I thought it was not to support any team in
Just say you are supporting Drogba. Because Drogba left now, so you said you left football. I thought you amongst the hundreds and thousands of Manchester, Real Madrid, Arsenal fans in Liberia who are so disappointed. My friend decided he's not going to work today because Man City won the Champions League and he's an Arsenal fan. And he didn't sit well with him, so he just feeling bad. He ain't going to work. He said, "You go to the office now, Arsenal fan, Man U fan, Madrid fans. They're not at work today."
And Damo, honestly speaking, I think that's going to be only blind sports follower, that were actually hoping that Inter Milan, were actually going to defeat Manchester City with the current performance we've been seeing from Manchester City. I mean, I said it for free that Manchester City, be it what. They were going to claim the title, and finally, though it was actually a narrow win, 1-0, but yet and still, I think they deserve it, and they did everything possible to walk away with the Champions League final for the first time.
Okay, so we've already Kickstarter Sports already. What's the latest you've got to share with us, Shannon?
Okay, so quickly, Fred Kids Academy were crowned as champions of the West Point Subcommittee League and gained a promotion to the third division following a narrow 1-0 win over Toshiba FC during the weekend.
What a team named Toshiba?
Toshiba FC.
Toshiba, that tech company. Yeah.
And of course, also Diamond Discourse, SA of Monserrato and Mate Enforcers of Nima County have progressed to the Orange National Second Division after their respective wins in the just ended National Third Division playoff semi-finals.
Congratulations to Discoveries. The president is my childhood friend, Emmanuel Tofi. So congratulations to Emmanuel and the entire Discoveries SA team and management. Yeah. So I think I need to get my own jersey too now.
Sure. So Mountain Enforcers defeated Philadelphia 2-0 while the discourse AS stop the soda from Fumi.
Which soda now?
FC, yeah, Wurugisi. They defeated Wurugisi FC 5-0.
Chisos, you mean Sounds, Momo Sounds' team was defeated 5-0.
Yeah, so lot of Lufians,
including Tanu Fopa. Tanu were on our feet.
Mr. Ross, well, he was also on the field.
They carry lion in the town. Chemo Shebaton the Bobo. The discovery tenant of Bobo. He said, "It's stop the soda for Fumi, eh?"
Yeah, the story stopped the soda for Fumi. Okay, Damo, so far so good. That's it for the Passion of Life Schools, and hoping to be back tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, SNW. Thank you as well for updating us when it comes to sports, especially local sports as well. We always want to add international sports there, but our main focus is the local sports because most of those stories go unreported, like the team that was crowned winners there in the West Point Subdivision League. We'd love to say congratulations to that team as well. So, folks, this is the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. We're on trending issues. Remember to keep playing the Spoon Mega Daily Cash Splash. Remember to keep playing and playing and playing. It's just $100 Liberian dollars or 70 United States cents for you to stand the chance of winning 2,500 Liberian dollars at every draw. So we move from trending issues now. We still got a lot to share with you, but Emmanuel is going to bring us the review of local dailies as well.
We'll have to skip because the internet is giving a little hitches here. Okay, it is giving a little hitches as we listen to the paper. I'm experiencing some technical glitches here, so we cannot just get it.
All right, we can always skip that and move to our county correspondents, and we'll take our first batch of calls once we speak to a few of our county correspondents. Let's go to Nimba County now, where Christopher Fan is our man in that county. Let's see if we can bring Christopher Fan on the line this morning to tell us the latest from Nimba. We'll go to Bapolu County, where Solomon Tabler is our man in Bapolu. In Bombing County, Aaron Kumen is our correspondent. In Maryland County, Christian Appiton is our correspondent as well. In Maryland County, Lofa, we have Mr. Jala, who reports for us from Lofa. But let's go to Nimba County, where Christopher Fan is already on the line. Good morning, Mr. Fan. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Damons, and good morning to the Spoon FM family this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you sounding? Like was it Sunday that you were challenging a Heleba Bowl or GB, or it was Saturday?
Yeah, Sunday, our man Joseph Mbe came from the state bush, and he also celebrated a birthday on Sunday, so we were like challenging each other to know our strength.
Okay, all right. So who won the GB?
I know Emmanuel will complain this morning because Emmanuel don't know how to swallow GB. So
from Nima County, I have part. My mother is from Bieto, Nima County. What are you talking about?
I mean, you leave me your GB swallowing contest the morning. We'll reach the match.
Yeah, we'll reach the match later.
So, Chriso, what's the latest from Nimba?
Well, this morning at about last night, about 11:45 p.m. A woman identified Amata Dor, who hailed from Glaze or District number 9, alleged this chap her husband for cheating on her.
Yeah.
And
which part of your body she chopped? She chopped
the guy. She chopped the guy. We call it on her arm, and chopped the guy on the left arm too. So because the guy turned for the first time, according to the eyewitnesses, and she chopped the guy, and so the guy was like going again to block the collar, and she chopped the guy, and she currently on the run. But according to the town authority, they have launched a search, and they informed the Liberian National Police Secretary branch because the entire Yahweh Messon is out of police. So before you get the attention of the Liberian National Police, either go to Tapeta or Sacré.
So the entire Yahweh Messon district has got no police officer?
Not at all. And the distance we're talking about is about like 3 hours on motorbike from Glaze up here to what? Sacré.
So if somebody does you wrong in that part, just forget it.
Yeah, sure. So it is the community watch phone that's actually doing their best in that part of Nimba. I can remember, I think I reported on the same station some part of last year where the fellow identified Goiklu allegedly beat the maestro Daniel Nyakuna, Daniel Kuna, behind is Gabo in or Zigepa. So the entire district is lack of police. So they have been crying for police assistance, but up to present, nothing has been done about that.
This lady who allegedly committed that violent act of chopping using a cutlass, chopping her boyfriend or her husband. Is it boyfriend or husband?
Boyfriend, because they are not legally married.
Okay, so chopping her boyfriend.
Children,
How many children do they have?
They have 3, according to information.
3 children, and he decided you okay business somewhere else.
Yeah, he decided to go and cheat on the woman, but according to the town people, the guy that gave her the information this morning when he called on the radio, he said this is not the woman first time she burned her husband's house before, and this is her second time, taking the law into her own hand.
She had a husband previously, or this same fellow?
No, she had a husband previously before she could come to Blaze up here for her to be for her to love to the other guy, but. The place where she was, according to information, the history that we have on her, she burned down the guy's house for alleged cheating on her. So this is another scenario. This is another episode of what she did in the past.
So this fellow that was chopped, did she catch him in the act? Not that I'm trying to justify any of her actions, though, but we want to get the details. How did this entire thing happen? Like she was sneaking behind him, or she got information that he came from somewhere, from playing away, or what happened?
So, Dama, this is the entire story. According to information, this guy been in the affair with one girl who is only identified as Mami. But according to the source that gave her the information, the guy said he going to do the follow-up and then gave her the clear detail of, the full name of this girl. And so the girl, this fellow been loving to the girl. So the woman, Matador, who is related to the former superintendent of Nima, or Dor Cooper, been accusing the both of them. And so yesterday night, the guy decided to go play away. And so the woman was like creeping behind the house from one end. When the guy takes step, she will creep. And when at which time she was having a call, I think it is a plain thing because she's according to information, she been complaining to a lot of people in the quarter. So she went and then broke the both of them. And the guy decided to escape while the guy was trying to come outside. This is how she went. She chopped the guy on the right arm, and the guy decided after she chopped the guy decided to defend. Another one, when she's trying to call her again, chopped the guy on the left arm again.
So this action of hers occurred at the Mami girl's house now, or outside Mami house?
To Mami house, because he was going to Mami house in the night.
So you were creeping, going to Mami house in the night. And she was creeping behind you as well. So that creep to creep.
You know what I'm talking about. So that creep to creep. So Mami was creep. He was creeping to Mami house to go and cheat and to come back. And his wife Matatu was like creeping behind
with the collars.
With the collars, and making sure that every step that the guy takes, she marked the step and then take a cover. Just like you are going for the ambush, right?
She should join the NSA so she can be doing covert operation. But let's go back to the matter, Chris. This fellow, how seriously injured is he?
The guy is seriously injured, and he was rushed to the Mena clinic. Mena is next door to is the nearest clinic facility they have there. But the guy is seriously injured. She thought of, because when she did it out, according to information, the guy fell, and she thought that the guy died. So she ran in the bush, and currently they are in search of her.
When all this was happening, where was Mami?
Mami was not present. People said Mami left the scene, and she also ran for her life. She ran for rescue. So as we speak, the town people are yet to know their whereabouts. Mami too.
Okay. We wish him speedy recovery. Emmanuel, you got anything to from the story? So, why are you creeping? Somebody creeping too?
A creep.
So this is a caveat to all your men.
My man, Latin, the only caveat in that is when you creepy, might be watching behind you as well. So somebody might be, but you can't go about doing such a thing to somebody because of mere jealousy as well. Two people cannot play on the feelings and emotions of others as well, because you don't know how they will handle the situation. Some people, when it comes to that thing they call man and woman business, they can do anything before they think later.
Very desperate.
Yeah, they can do anything. Some people can say, "Let me just die one time," as if the person dies and you lose your life in the process or you go to jail. How are you going to still be with that person? But some people can just say we all will lose, and it's bad though. Any other thing from Nimba County, apart creep to creep, I chop you that happening?
Yeah, so far so good, and the 24th of this month, the president will be coming to the county to also do a delegation of the road from San Nicolas to Ganta. So these are things that the citizens themselves gearing towards, and also in district number 7, the NDR. Who is owned and operated by Senator Prince Johnson, have vowed to go in district number 7 to campaign again on Musa Hassan Belete on ground that he's a criminal, and as such, the people of district number 7 should reject him. And so some citizens also in support of on Musa Hassan Belete said that they are awaiting the arrival of NDR supporter because since Senator Johnson was elected as Senator of Nimba, he have no hand in district number 7 or Sacramento Mount district to show. So they are now coming with confusion to show to the people of our district number 7 that indeed this is the mark that Senator Johnson is bringing to stop development in the district. So these are things that is ongoing now in Nimba County, Central Nimba.
Since you've talked about roads, give us updates on other roads. Since the president is going to dedicate the Ganta to Sanikole Road on the 24th of this month, the other road projects in Nimba County, what's the progress level like?
Yes, so from Sanikole to Campley, for Sanikole to Campley, the road project have gone like 65%. From Sacré-Pied from Ganta to Sacré-Pied, the road have gone like 50% of the road have been completed, and we are yet to see the company back on the road to resume work. And from Sacré-Pied to Tapeta, they have gone like 20%. And they have laid box covered and other things around the road. According to E Foundation, the China Railroad Company will start the upper pavement. They will start laying upper by the grace of God next week, according to the HR. So these are all road activity that is ongoing in Lima.
Okay, Emmanuel, you got any question for Chris before we let go of him?
Let's get
all right, Christopher. Thank you. There, don't creep, oh.
No, surely.
Don't creep. All right, bro. Thank you.
Don't creep. Don't creep.
Don't creep.
I'm not a creeper.
He's not a creeper. He's a mover. He's not a creeper. Thank you.
I'm a vigilant mover.
I see. The man's not a creeper though, but he's a vigilant mover. So from Nimba County, let's go quickly to Bapolu County, where Solomon Tibla is our man in Bapolu. Once we can get Solomon on the line to bring us the latest development there from Bapolu there in Western Liberia. Once we can get Mr. Tibla on the line to bring us the latest from Bapolu. We're cutting across Liberia. From Bapolu, we make our way to Maryland County, where Christian Appiton is on the standby for us once we can get through to Christian Appiton this morning on the show. So we're trying to go to Bapolu County, where Solomon Tibla is our man. But we're not getting Solomon Tibla, so we have to leave Bapolu for now and go quickly to Bomi County, where Aaron Kome is our correspondent there in Bomi County. So the first news we gathered from Nimba,
it's the champion of
yeah. A man was, hacked.
A creeping man.
Yeah, my man. Even a man are creeping. Yeah. But we got Aaron on the line. Creeping men all around the world. And he's like, bro, y'all take no. Hello, Aaron. How are you?
Good morning, Diamond. Good morning.
Morning. How is Bomi County this morning?
Well, Bomi is okay. Just like the weather is not too okay for us this morning. I experienced a kind of a rain, but not much.
Yeah, the rain falling for your plants to grow, your crops to grow. People some power in the water crying for rain again. You get it. Y'all manage the rain, my man. Why you won't go? Where you want to go, Benny? You want rain for?
Man, you know, the first thing we have to move around. Any kind of a rain movie on like this, it looks frustrating for some of us.
Just manage it. Just forget it, yeah? Manage it. So what's the latest from Bummy? What's going on?
Okay, there are two information quickly, but the first one have to do with the Bombing Community College here in Tottenham. As you may be aware, the aggrieved students, they sent a complaint to the court, comparing the college president, Dr. Abimenech Batu, for dissolving the student council government over the time.
Yeah. So what's going on with that particular case?
All right. So like the case were in court, and then the judge, Judge Kafat, in the call for I call it the 4 days conference, the conference, and then the conference was held on Friday, where the Bombing Community College student president, Musu Thomas told the court, the public, that the student president, which is the college president, that have been managed to dissolve the government based on a point that the students were to endorse their government. That was in last year, the end of last year, in November. But then the college president put stop to them. Why? Is that the day that was set up to have the inaugural ceremony was postponed to the voting day, also the registration day, because the president gave mandate that Friday, which was March, that's April 9 to the end of the registration period. In that clip, like in that line, the Bombing Community Student Council government refused to have the program on the day that was set up by the current president. So based on that, he dissolved the government, the student council government, and then he prompted the student to lodge his complaint at the court. But it had been a very long time from the police station, and they ended up to the court. So,
okay.
So the court brought down. They have not brought down a verdict yet on the college president, but they are in a.
Okay. So we lost Mr. Comey there, probably due to network connectivity issues. Let's see if we can get him back, but we will go to Solomon Tibla, who's on a standby in Bapolu, to get Solomon Tibla on the line. All right. Okay. All right. So somebody has got issue with the report that the Saclay to Tapeta Road. Tamba, what you can do is just send pictures to Spoon FM of the road as well. Show us the road if you can, and give us your own assessment. We want to know what's your assessment on the Saclay to Tapeta Road. Hello, Solomon Tibla, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Dama. I'm good this morning.
What's the latest from Bapolu County?
Damo, I think over the weekend, it was a sad day for the people of Bapolu when we saw this young man and his daughter were killed by a lightning strike in Bapolu City. The 42-year-old man by the name of Abu Kone was sitting by his wife while she was trying to prepare food for them to eat. And there was a little shower of rain, and after which, before people could get to know that lightning strike, that it was concerned, it really concerned the people because the way the lightning strike that particular afternoon, it raised eyebrow. People started talking, but what is this? And only to get to know that there are some family members of the late Abu Kone and his daughter, Temwe Kone, who is also 8 years, were seen lying on the bare ground, and the wife was all around calling family members to come to her aid. And they were later on rushed to the Chief Jaladun Hospital, at which time nurses and doctors have confirmed that they died before they could reach at the hospital.
That is tragic. You said that happened around the afternoon hours?
Yeah, it happens to be specific around 3:15 p.m. on Saturday evening.
Tragic. According to the wife, what did she say? The man was doing. You said he was sitting, relaxing, waiting for the meal to be prepared. Was he outside the house? And what was his daughter doing as well?
He wasn't outside the house. They both were sitting together. They were sitting together in the house where she usually do cooking. So she was like preparing something for them to eat, and then at which time both of them were just laughing. According to the wife, when I spoke with her, she said both of them were sitting, and this guy decided to lie down because he didn't go anywhere at a particular time because it was raining. So he didn't go anywhere. At which time he and the woman they were conversing. At which time, just within that time when the lightning strike, she just, according to her, she saw the man, he just fell on the ground, and when she rushed on him, his mouth was open, his eyes were open, so he decided to close his mouth. But at which time, she never noticed that her daughter too had also fallen.
And where was the daughter, the 8-year-old girl? Where was she?
They were all together. The daughter was like helping the mother to prepare the food.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This reminds me of a story that occurred in Nimba some part of last year, where I think around 5 kids or so lost their lives again due to a lightning strike. That happened in Nimba some part of last year. What is in the grapevines in Bapolu? What are they saying? Is that we know that lightning strikes can kill people, it's a natural thing that happens at times, but are they attaching anything spiritual to the occurrence, like ritualistic or some part of debt payment or something of that sort? And who was this Abu Kone as well? What was he doing for a living?
Abu Konen used to be one of the drivers for one of the logging companies that was operating in Bapulu, even though they are now operating in Bapulu currently. So he used to live in a company camp, but later on, after the company have closed, he decided coming to Bapulu City to find another job to be doing. He was a driver. So that's how they move in Bapulu, along with the wife.
Are the citizens saying it's not natural? We know people have their different opinions about things. What are they saying about this tragic death of Abu and his daughter?
But Damo, most often, especially for Legne to kill somebody, people will have different views, different things to say, because other people might be leading into maybe he have stolen from somebody and so forth. So the information we're getting from other citizens, they are saying maybe he was involved into a certain issue that make they likely to strike him and kill him. But the question that will be asked, then what about the daughter? Was the daughter also connected to this thing that they are saying currently maybe he have stolen from somebody, and that's the reason why he was killed by this lightning? So the information that we getting from the citizens are too many. Yeah, so up to present, they have not established as to what really led to the lightning striking this guy and killing him instantly.
Yes, I'm yet to understand the exact position of the two victims, because you previously told us that the girl was helping her mother, and the guy was there. What actually was the position?
Were they close together?
Together.
That's what we want to know.
Yeah, they were close together because the man was lying on a bench. They were 4 in number in that particular porch. Another man who also lived in the same house with them was lying on the other side of the porch, while this man was lying close to his wife.
And where was the daughter? She was helping the mother.
The daughter was like, maybe the mother was telling her, "Oh, go and pick up this thing and bring it. Maybe go for the dishes and bring it." So she was in the same area with them. She was in the same area with them.
Have they been buried?
Yeah, they were buried yesterday. They were buried yesterday morning.
May their souls rest in peace. Any other thing from Bapoli you want to share with us before we let go of you, sir?
Yeah, Damo, the citizens of one of the chiefdom called Koningan Chiefdom, they have been facing series of issues when it comes to the health issue. They got a clinic in one of the towns called Henry Town, and that clinic it been suffering from the issue of getting drugs for our people, especially for people in that particular chiefdom. So the citizens have decided to buttress government effort. So yesterday they were able to make available $1,000 United States to purchase drugs for that particular clinic, and also made available $121,000 Liberian dollars to have the building painted.
That's
and also,
nice.
and also do some other works for the clinic.
That's nice. That's commendable. Talking about health though, and staying in Bapolu, is your county health officer still in Bapolu?
Yeah, the county health officer is currently he's still in the county. He's assigned in the county, but currently he's in town, running after some health issues with regards to Bapolu. But only the medical director have left the county because of citizens were like saying that he should leave because he was marginalizing other citizens who have been volunteering for a very long time. And when time came for government to at least help some of those who have been volunteering for the past time to be placed on government payroll, he was one of those who took people instead of people who have been volunteering in the county. He went Monrovia and took people from there. He allegedly went Monrovia and took people from there. So the citizens were like calling on their legislative caucus member of the county so that this guy could be removed from the county. So finally, he has been reassigned to another county.
What's his name?
His name is Dr. J. Mugabe Poja.
Dr. J. Mugabe Poja.
Poja.
Poja. Okay. All right, Solomon. Thank you. Thank you for updating us.
Damo, thanks for having me this morning.
Okay. So Solomon Tibla there on the line from Bapolu County. Let's see if we can go to Maryland County quickly to take our Maryland County correspondent. Yes, Christian Appeton. Let's see if we can get Mr. Appeton on the line to bring us the latest from Maryland County and the trip of Mr. Cummins there in Maryland. How are things proceeding and progressing there in Maryland County? Once we get Christian Appeton on the line, and then we'll wrap up to go to the phone lines to take calls from our people. We'll also touch a bit on the full clip of the evangelist Prince Wyatt Johnson. Why did he say you must be a virgin? Let's see. We have Christian on the line. Good morning, Mr. Appeton. How are you this morning?
I'm doing cool this morning, and of course, Maryland County is doing relatively calm.
Oh, Maryland County calm now. I thought you had a huge tsunami occurring in the county. The presence of Mr. Cummins, a son of the soil, a son of your county. He arrived in the county there on Saturday, if I still remember the date right. So bring us up to speed. What's the latest from his arrival up to current? What's he been up to in Maryland?
Yes, it was interesting in Maryland. The political leader of CPP and Alternative National Congress, Alexander Benedict Cummins, entered the county through Ivory Coast, through the Peterborough border. And of course, he was welcome.
He entered through Ivory Coast?
He used Ivory Coast.
Yeah, why did he use Ivory Coast?
Yeah, because of the bad road situation. The road is, we are disconnected, Ambassador. We are extremely disconnected now. You can never see a car on the road, maybe a car to come from Monrovia to Maryland Street. So many of our leaders here, even the speaker of the House of, legislature, the 54th legislature, the speaker he normally comes by the ferry, in Africa, the Peterborough border. So there were the Alternative National Congress political leader used, and of course he found at the Maryland Legislative Caucus, because they normally use that road to enter your own county, to enter your own farm road. Just when you walk on your own farm road, you have to pass through another country. It's something that he condemns, and it's something that he's distraught as frustrating and disappointing. And Ambassador, at the same time, the political leader promised the people of Maryland County that if elected president come the general election 2023, he's going to improve the he's going to improve the county. When it comes to education, when it comes to electricity, we have stable electricity. We have good health system. We're going to have rules. The rules going to be looked at. Everything going to be looked at if elected. If the people give him the chance to serve as president come the general election 2023.
So he's going to turn Maryland into small Miami.
I'm sure it's going to be more than even Miami. It's going to be more than even because if we can have stable electricity, if we can have good education, quality education, if we can have good health system, what more? What more? So that's something he promised. He vows to never relent, in doing if elected as president.
What has been what has been the attendance rate if you look at Mr. Cummings? I know he's been doing town hall meetings and the like in Maryland County. What has been the attendance and what are you hearing from ordinary Marylanders? Are they gravitating to their own son?
Yes, we heard a lot of things from people, and when it comes to the turnout was huge. I must admit, we were all there. We have our microphones there. The turnout was much because he had, people, a former senator of Maryland County, Senator Ejna Marias, has, his own followers, and he's the first person, he's first ever to contest on the ticket of the Alternative National Congress, the CPP. So the turnout was very huge. I must admit, people came from the religious group, people came from the Muslim, background, people came from several other places across the country to welcome the political leader. And of course, we're hearing citizens complaining because he comments saying he continues to say that he hails from Maryland County, but they are not seeing tangibles. When we talk about tangibles, we are not just talking about donations, but we are talking about structure. We are talking about infrastructure and other development. So there are more. Those are the kind of complaints. Those are the kind of things coming from.
So are they saying Mr. Cummings doesn't have any tangible in terms of infrastructure in Maryland County?
Sure, we are all here. There's no proof of it. Of the political leaders showing us, maybe a house or any other thing. If the means to talk to the political leader, where would they go if rain is falling? Even
they know they're playing sleeping. Hey, sleeping. Where is he lodging in the first place?
And Ambassador, even the weather isn't very good. It's wet in Maryland County. And on Saturday, the 10th of June, it was very wet. But the 10 hours huge. It's something that he appreciated the people for. And I must admit, everything went well. He had an opportunity to have spoken with the Muslim community. We were all there. And other Palava House had several discussions. And he said, he talked to, we had the opportunity to have spoken with him. We had a press conference where he told us that his mission in the county is to identify with his people and also to seek advice, to seek people's advice from his kinsmen, the elders, because Maryland County is where he's from. So he had to come to identify with the people and to seek pieces of advice.
Okay. All right. Any other thing from Maryland quickly before we let go of you, Mr. Appleton? So you say Mr. Cummings don't get no tangible in Maryland. The girls all are sleeping in. You again go there when you're ready to go have consultation with him.
That's what the people say, Ambassador.
Okay, man. Thank you, yeah, Christian.
Okay, my pleasure. Many thanks for having Maryland County on the platform. We are always available. Despite the weather being wet now, as I speak, it's raining. As I speak, it's raining. I just have to manage to talk with you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So Mr. Cummings said he would turn Maryland into Miami. They are Miami there. He just said he's going to transform the county as well, but the people complaining that, you say you're from Maryland, but you got nothing to show you're in Maryland. So let's play the last clip quickly, and then we'll go to the phone lines to speak to our people. All right. So this is what Senator Johnson had to say on his pulpit on Sunday. He he doubles up as an evangelist. This is what he had to say concerning those who want to unseat him. If you want to unseat him,
you have to be a virgin.
Listen to the whole thing. Yeah. You don't rush the show before the show even begins.
Jump the gun.
Yeah, that's what he had to say.
Anyone in Nimba.
You know the part I love in the whole clip? And the you know, he said, anyone in the you know, the cheering squad at the back.
At the gospel party crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen to the there.
One in Nimba. Any candidate in Nimba that you want to defeat me, the only way you will succeed unless you are not committed fornication and adultery. Hallelujah. This is true. Unless you've kept your body sanctified and you are not polluted yourself. Because the Lord says, present your body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. If you want to challenge me to dethrone me, you must be somebody who is not taking a business down there to every woman. You must be sanctified. If you two are promoting people with finance to send little boys against me, your message from the Lord is, you make your plan, he must give approval. Unless I never help anybody to get to the throne, that's the only way you're planning to dethrone me. By putting people, you will succeed.
Okay, so there you have it from the Nimba County Senator. So those that are vying to unseat him, it's not about what policies you carry to the people. It's not about, you know, whether you are loved by the people. Senator Johnson has said, if you know in your entire life you've committed adultery and fornication, or both, either of the two, just know you can win him. Just know you can win him. So has that now made the race even more difficult? Because people now have to be asking themselves, So sanity of the body now, keeping the body now is now a criteria to unseat a sitting lawmaker. Hey, interesting, Liberia.
So now the question here is: has Senator Johnson, you know, he
now committed the same acts that he's talking about? You know, now is that now the criteria to win elections in Liberia? Yeah, the senator has said it and said it and said it. You know, say they won't.
You know, it's one thing I've admired of Senator Johnson, and you cannot take that away from him. You know, Senator Johnson was the one who introduced the entire pulpit politics. Yes. And then you have the likes of President Weah coming on board, preaching the politics. So I think you cannot take that from Senator Johnson. And it is his way of, you know, disseminating his messages to his audience, his member, and other things. But the question here, has Senator Johnson, the issue of adultery
and fornication.
Now
you set it as criteria that people must pass before they can win you. How clean are you? That's the question. But anyway, the Memphis is setting a criteria. So if you're planning on contesting the senatorial race in Nimba County, you have to go and check yourself.
It should be a saint.
According to the evangelist, if you are not a saint, if you haven't committed any point in time in your life adultery or fornication, then you can go win. But if you've done that,
don't try it.
Then don't put your money in a race. All right, folks. So let's go to the phone lines quickly. We're about to wrap up. So what we talked about this morning, our key question is: should the Senate confirm President Weah's LACC nominees? That is question number one. Should the Senate confirm President Weah's LACC nominees, or they should wait until a new government is installed before nominees to the LACC can be, renominated, or a new set of nominees, be put forward by whoever the president will be, whether we're retaining President Weah or whether or not, there will be a new government. So also we talked about the issue of nudes, sharing of nudes, words of advice we've given. This whole thing of nudes, you have to forget about it. Leave that thing before you live to regret. Also, the leader of the MPC has said he's clean up one. He's going to claim Monrovia and its environs. And Senator Johnson has also said, look, unless you haven't committed fornication or adultery, that the only way you can win me. So the new criteria now for winning election in Nimba, especially senatorial election, is to make sure you haven't committed fornication or adultery. We also spoke to our Grand Pastor County correspondent. The St. John's River Bridge has been restored. It has been repaired. 4 bearings have been replaced. Now the bridge is ongoing, monitoring and evaluation as people are beginning to cross as before. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir. Let's hear you out quickly.
This is Edward D. Tropo Senior. I'm calling from Clay District, Bombing County.
Okay, go ahead, sir. What? Let's hear you out quickly, sir.
Yes, let me make my input on 2 of the talking points this morning. The first one I want is issue concerning the confirmation of the nominees from the LACP. I think our senators really in that place are now reliable. They likely may confirm these people, and because they will not understand the reason why these guys should not be confirmed at this time. We are going to election, and besides that, there is already a conflict. There is already a conflict, so they need not to confirm these people.
Okay.
The second I want to talk about is the comment from Senator Johnson. Disagree. If you're talking about people not taking adultery, anybody should not be people who adultery them.
Hello.
Even those who are there, they think that he's talking for him who we would see not taking any. So anything I don't agree with him. He needs to do his best to be able to win.
Okay.
Again, if you still want to retain his seat.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
From bombing there. Let's cross over to this person. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, quickly, sir. Let's hear you out, please.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Please go ahead.
All right. My name is Ambassador Martin Dikepla, and I'm joining this conversation from around the rehab belt.
Okay.
And I must appreciate you firstly for the topic on this. For my attention has been drawn to the issue of sanitation and the issue of our sisters sharing notes, videos out there for their own reasons. So firstly, I want to address the issue of sanitation. We Liberians, we have our own problems. Things that we cannot do in our bedrooms are the things we want to do on the street. And we will be waiting for government to come do things that are good to our health. It is sad that you find people who to be more educated and well-decent driving a vehicle, drink a plastic of water and pull down his or her glass winches and drop the trash on the street. And then we know people, when we see such things and we talk it, they tell us that we are crazy. We don't know what we are talking. So it's very sad. We have to change the way that we behave in our own country. Rwanda and Iran are very clean. It's the cleanest state or country in Africa because of how the people manage their state or their country. So we have to work on that as an individual. And so the issue of nude, the young people need to come to a place of waiting for their time and stop washing things out, and be going about doing things that will satisfy them today. We know that our sisters or people are doing these things because they want to fit the society that their friends are into right now. So unless these things are done, I will not be educated and we wait for our time and see how best we can make this country better. We keep having situations like
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on the show.
It's a pleasure as well. Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Hello. Yeah, good morning.
Morning, sir. Let's hear you out.
Good morning to my fellow Liberians. This is Alfonso A.S. Kamara calling from Transformer Community to be precise. I joined this conversation for District 10.
Go ahead, sir. You're welcome from District 10.
Right.
1 minute.
It's very interesting. I heard you saying that people of Maryland asking Mr. Cummings what he has as a Turnbull. We should not be speaking of Turnbull in this country. When it comes to accountability in Liberia, no past president and present president have any accountable to show. And Liberia now, we need somebody who can deliver and transform this country. It's no one, it's a one. Mr. Kumis, and we
are you saying the people didn't have the rights to ask if you are a son of our soil, a son of our county? What do you have to show in your hometown? Are you saying they never had the right to ask that question? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not implying that they never have the right. They have the right, but it's not our childhood statement always that while they may have done. Even the people we have in power right now, what he have done, all the people in play, they not bring nothing to the table. Even my uncle Joseph Yumapa, who said for 12 years and for the 2 years in governance, what he had to show. So Mr. Kumi is the only authority we have, and we will speak with voice to Ottawa 10. Thank you very much. It's our next president.
Thank you. Thank you. I love how passionate, how passionate he is in his deliberation as well. That tells you who he's for, and he's definitely not going to change anytime soon. Hello, good morning.
Well, Dama, how you doing?
We're doing great, sir. Let's hear you out, please. You're welcome.
Well, my attention has been drawn to this issue of the marketing issue.
Yeah, the LACC.
The LACC. The president we have now cannot be trusted with our constitution, because on many occasions he has violated our constitution. Because he has majority in the House, he has always succeeded to get away with it. And so I will advise the Senate, the House of Elders, to wait until after the election. That's my advice.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Precise and straight to the point. We'll take this last person. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. Let's hear you out, please.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for the show, and I want to speak to a few issues. The issue has been Kumi. I want to speak to that as well. All along, Kumi work with the Coca-Cola factory around the world. Can you imagine? You want to tell me that you have nothing that cut in your own time or a county, Maryland County? Then the president, big president, you become president for you. Do something tangible there? These are all political rhetoric. They're all political rhetoric. You get me?
Yeah, go ahead. You have 30 seconds to wrap up your point.
Yeah, these are all political rhetoric. Can you imagine? All of these again. President, he's the president of this country. What the guys are saying, or what we are saying, what is in line with the constitution of the country. The message has time to serve the country. The election not yet election, so they have time for him.
Mm-hmm.
So when they tell me say his time is lapsed, then of course you can say no, you now have right to appoint people.
Okay.
But in a much
should the Senate confirm? Should the Senate confirm his nominees?
Right to appoint people, and the House has the right to confirm them too as well.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So there you have it. So we earlier stated on this show that the president is well within his constitutional powers to appoint these new commissioners to the LACC. It's now in the hands of the Senate to confirm these nominees or to deny these nominees. Emmanuel, quickly wrap up your point. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Your closing comments. 1 minute so that we go.
I think we have a very great show, and I reiterate my stand. I think it is now in the purview of the Senate, because that is very paramount to do the right scrutiny in order to assess those who have been nominated to take on the LACC, because it's going to be in the best interest of Liberia. Because the issue of corruption has been a very key thing. So we cannot just allow people who don't have the sole desire to fight corruption like Edwin Clamartin, because I will always hail him, because he did tremendously well at that level. So that's how we wrap up. We'll be back here on Wednesday. My name is Emmanuel Palin David. Bye-bye.
All right. Emmanuel, thank you for your closing statement. So, folks, I'm just going to close with these two statements. Don't share your nudes. Yeah. Don't share your nudes. Done. Yeah. Don't share your nudes. That where I leave it. And the second one is, well, all eyes are on the Senate and the Supreme Court to see how this LACC saga is going to turn out, whether or not those nominees will be confirmed or they will be denied, whatever reason the Senate will come up with or reasons they'll come up with. We are all watching to see where this goes. Remember, Senator Johnson said, if you're going for a seat, make sure you are a virgin and you got married. And you marry, you're not cheating, also, you're not creepy, you're not sneaky. because you heard from what happened in Nimba, the guy went to creep and then in shit. Have for yourselves a wonderful time and keep listening to Spoon FM. My name is Diamond Slanger. We'll be back here on Wednesday. Yagezi and Aaron Talu will be back on Tuesday. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day.